Stream time. Back to Jimmy. Yeah, in the... It's still a little loud in my ears. In the description I mentioned there's still 11 dungeons left in the main game, I'm pretty sure. And some of them are pretty short. Excuse me. But some of them are plenty long. So let's get right to it. In between streams, I did a couple things. But notably, I got the crayons for Jimmy, and as you can see now he has 359 magic attack, and that's in vampire form. In pumpkin form, that's another 10%, so he goes up to 392. That is enough for him while using mana burn to do like 875 damage with his AoE magic skill. And that's because I got Jack-o'-lantern to level 25, so I get Brainiac, which is another 50% magic attack. So let's get on with the story. I also deposited all the money from the grinding I did, and it's pretty significant. I have 800 bucks on me, but 22k in the bank. So I'm gonna hold on to it for a while and try to see if I can't get a lot of interest. Alright, Papa Kid. It doesn't take a genius to see you're the brains of the outfit. What's the plan? As I see it, we're facing 3 distinct problems. Number 1, oh my god, my cat left a nasty shit. Number 1, stink. Number 1, we need to find Helga and Buck. Number 2, oh my god, cat. Number 2, we need to reobtain the secret knowledge. No, number 3, I need to open a window. It's like 20 degrees outside, it's fine. Number 3, Jimmy, you've taken far too many days off from school. This isn't good for your intellectual development. My plan will address all 3 of these problems. There is a school nearby. Oh, don't yawn right now. It's a bad time to yawn. There is a school nearby called Shinryu Academy. I've confirmed that the principal that currently possesses the secret knowledge works there. As an adult, I have no hope of infiltrating such an institution. However, Jimmy should easily be able to fit in, so I've enrolled him into Shinryu Academy. Jimmy, this will allow you both to keep up with your studies and attempt to locate the secret knowledge. Lars, I've enrolled you as well so that you can keep an eye on him. But I'm an adult. You act like a child all the time, so you shouldn't have any trouble fitting in. Point taken. While you're both at school, I'll analyze the surrounding area and reconnoitrate Helga and Buck's positions. Sounds good, Papa Kid. One question. What do you want me to do? I don't care what you do. I don't even know who you are or why you're following us around. So I'm flying by the seat of my pants then. Makes sense to me. Playing to my strengths. You're one smart cookie, Papa Kid. Anyway, that's the plan. If you need me, Jimmy, I'll be here. Otherwise, you should head to school. Classes begin today. So I did a little reading of a screenshot LP of this game, and people had lots of opinions on it, generally positive. And if you remember, there was that scene with Lars earlier where you get how shatteringly unhappy he is, and then he ruins the moment by saying, I need an Asian girlfriend. That did not sit well with the people reading the LP. And it's gonna... I'll give it a minute. It's the first day of school. A cool breeze rustles Jimmy's freshly combed hair. The laughter of children mixes with birdsong overhead. The cherry blossoms bloom like fireworks. Also, this happens now. Watch where you're going, dweeb. Hey, Jimbo. Just got my schedule. Your dad registered me in remedial math. Guess he doesn't have much faith in me. I wish I could hang out in your class, but I'd stick out like a sore thumb. So I got put in high school. You know, Jimmy, I'm not too excited about going back to high school. This might be a shock to you, but I used to get bullied a lot. One time they made me eat my own underwear. Don't worry though, I'll protect you for sure. I'm just gonna try to fade into the background while I'm here. Maybe no one will call me names. That hurt more than the daily beatings. The underwear thing was probably worse though. Anyway, if anyone picks on you, just let me know. I'll be right... Whoa! So, after saying that he needs an Asian girlfriend, Jimmy must have had a thought. Jimmy really likes Lars, for all of his faults. Jimmy doesn't see Lars as a bum or a leech, like Andrew does. He sees him as a friend, the cool uncle who watches anime and plays video games with him. So Jimmy wants to make Lars happy. It's pretty well established at this point that this is Jimmy's world. He has some degree of control over it. But Jimmy is a child. He doesn't know how romance works. He doesn't know what makes it good and healthy. He just knows, at most, what he's seen from his parents, which is highly saccharine, and what he's seen from whatever anime Lars has shown him, which is probably not healthy. Which is probably things like obsessive. So, excuse me, princess. Jimmy, am I hallucinating, or did the most beautiful woman on the planet just walk by? Check it out, nerds. Please don't hurt me, sir. Cool it, Uncle Kid. I'm not gonna beat you up. It's me, the misunderstood thug, Punch Tanaka. I got a temporary gig here as a janitor. Pretty sweet, huh? I don't know what it is, but something about this profession is magnetic. Just seemed like a good fit. Anyway, you can count on me, kid. Just a moment. I'm gonna find out where that principal's keeping the book, then I'm gonna snatch it. And if you're ever in danger, don't worry. Like a deadly chameleon, Punch Tanaka will be right there, blending in, waiting to strike. Well, I better get going. There's a floor that needs mopping, and I've got the tools for the job. Mainly a mop. Looks like classes are about to start. I'll see you at lunch. Class is about to begin. Would you like to change into a different monster? No, I'm good. The teacher is starting the math lesson. Today, the class is going over multiplication. Jimmy already knows all the times tables, so he's bored. Jimmy can't concentrate on math. He's too busy thinking about drinking some precious blood. He thinks it would be pretty sweet to bite his teacher and drink all of her blood. But, well, he can't do that. If he did, then she'd become a vampire, and that would take, what, the blood from 3 kids before she was full? 3 becomes 9, 9 becomes 27, 27 becomes 81. The next thing you know, it's just a vampire school. These things tend to spiral out of control. Hey, Jimmy thinks he may have learned a little something after all. After math, Jimmy's class is next up for the computer lab. He follows the rest of the students down the hallway. I do like the sort of visual novel life sim that's going on with all this. It's a it's a cute change in the presentation. It really hits you out of nowhere, don't it? Jimmy is supposed to be typing, but none of the other students are doing it, so he's messing around on the internet instead. We got video games, we got Jonathan Bear, some headphones, a monkey, an information guy. There's a popular video chat program that the other students are using, so he installs it and then picks out an avatar for himself. He's like a superhero. Jimmy doesn't really know anyone, though, so his friends list is pretty much empty. Oh look, here's someone. Jimmy has no clue who it is, but it's someone to talk to, so he adds them to his friends list. They reply instantly. Their avatar is a giraffe wearing sunglasses. Yo, kid, it's me, Punch Tonica. I figured I had to keep in touch with you somehow, but a janitor can't just talk to kids, you know? There's like a code or something. Anyway, I used to think that computers were just for nerds, but they're actually pretty cool. We can do lots of awesome stuff on them. Punch's avatar flexes magnificently. I read a tutorial on how to draw dogs, and then I watched videos of people doing karate for like 2 hours. Can you believe it's all for free? Man, computers are great. I'll send you some links later. It's called copying and pasting. Punch's avatar pulls his shades down and cocks an eyebrow. I mainly just wanted to touch base with you. Let me tell you, infiltrating this place was a breeze. Nobody gives janitors a second look. That's a shame, really. Janitors don't get much credit, but they're an integral part of the school ecosystem. It's a life of quiet dignity. That's exactly what he called them when he had lost his memory, so memories or no, Punch Tonica respects the custodial field. Oh man, my boss is yelling at me. Some birds built a nest in the gym, and I've got to whack them down with my broom. I better jet. Punch's avatar makes a finger gun and points at you and then goes click click. Jimmy plays all around until computer class is over. Hey, it's time for lunch. Jimmy walks in single file with the rest of the students to the cafeteria. Hey Jimmy, gonna finish that sloppy Joe? That's my favorite. I forgot how much I loved cafeteria food. I didn't get it much because Mom always packed my lunch. She used to write little notes on a napkin for me. I kinda miss that. The napkin's just covered with barbecue sauce. Whoa, look over there. Ah, you're still sitting in my spot. I'm sorry? In case you haven't figured it out yet, new girl, this is our table and that's my seat. Oh, I didn't know. These customs are strange to me. Where should I sit? Well, since your hair looks like a big wad of chewed up bubblegum, why don't you eat in the dumpster? But wouldn't that be unsanitary? You idiot. The new girl sure is a space case. What? I am not. That's just not true. It's that girl from earlier. Jimmy, we can't just let her get bullied like that. I should do something. Well, if it isn't the Dork Squad. In case it wasn't clear, I'm referring to you two dorks. You're the Dork Squad. Please don't hurt me. I've already eaten my sloppy joe, but you can have my mixed vegetables and the rest of my milk. How about you shove those mixed vegetables up your nose, Tubby? If that'll make you happy. You, stop. I just wanted to stop by and let you two know that the Shinryu Academy is a kingdom, and I'm the king. You two are peasants. You do what the king says, understand? Yes, my liege. Good. God, what a dork. Oh well, as long as you know your place. I'm out of here. Looks like that girl from earlier is gone. I wish I was brave enough to do something. Now I'm just a broken man with some peas and carrots up his nose. Lunch is about over. Later, Jimbo. Class is about to begin. Change into a different monster? Let's be a little sunflower. Feels kind of stationary. The teacher is stating the social studies lesson. Today the class is going over state capitals. Jimmy imagines what life would be like in Santa Fe. It would be really hot and dry. His petals would definitely wilt. But he knows that the people there would be nice. They would probably water him, and it would be warm and sunny. He'd grow strong and make lots of friends. Hey, Jimmy thinks he might have learned a little something. It's almost time for recess, but before Jimmy can leave, the intercom kicks on. The teacher says it's a special announcement from the principal. Throb, throb. Jimmy hears a voice inside of his mind. I see you, Jimmy. Your little body, sitting in your little desk. Your little brain. I'm gonna wrap my fingers around it and squeeze until it's mush. What do you think you're doing here? Do you think you can stop me? You'll never be able to, even with the book. I'm old as time itself. And you're 8. You don't have a chance. Spend your last days with your family. When I come, you'll know. Your final moments will be a shivering, sweat-soaked nightmare. Oh, and the school trip to the Shinryu Fish Concern is coming up next month, so you'll need your parents to sign the permission slips by the end of the week. Oh, no, responsibility. It's recess, so everyone hurries outside. Jimmy takes a moment to calm his breathing before following them. What's the matter? Don't want to play in the jungle gym? Me neither. I'm more of an indoor recess kind of guy. How's your day been so far? Yeah, same here. I really don't like being back in school. The other kids have been calling me Beard Boy. They think I have some kind of disorder. I know I'm just older than them, but it's still hurtful. Also in gym I had to run laps and the coach yelled at me when I couldn't finish. Classes have been tough too, even remedial math. I guess your dad was right about that one. It's been so long since I've done any math outside calculating damage numbers in RPGs. I guess that's pretty easy stuff. If I were an RPG, I would make my defense higher so I could take all these beatings. Man, Jimbo, I never thought I'd have to live through this again. Hey Jimbo, I think I'll have another chance to talk with that girl. She seems so cute and nice. I wonder what it'd be like to be with a girl like that. If I could talk to her without her looking at me like I'm a disgusting fat hairy monster, then I'd be happy. Looks like recess is about over. Don't cheat on your dragon wife. Maybe tomorrow we'll play on the swings or something. Class is about to begin. Let's go back to Way Empire. English lesson. Today the class is having free reading time. Since Jimmy is new and hasn't been to the library yet, the teacher gives him something to read. It's a book that she read and liked when she was a kid. She said it's about a young girl who solves mysteries. It's part of a series. This one is about a haunted house. Jimmy holds the book in his hands. It's a hardcover copy. On the front, a young girl is illuminating a dark hallway with her flashlight. The corners of the book are starting to fray, and several of the pages are dog-eared. When Jimmy opens it, he's hit with the musty smell of ancient knowledge. He tries to read it, but the letters shift around the page. They're all mixed up. He wants to try to read, but instead he just counts the words. His cheeks warm with embarrassment. Jimmy looks up at the clock. So there's been a few times where, throughout the game so far, where Jimmy has been, like, given something to read, or tried to read something, and it said something like, it's nonsense. And in previous cases, that's largely been plausible. Like when he had the low-level goon test, and it said it was nonsense. Yeah, that sounds about right. And I don't remember what another case was. I know there was at least one other, but it was in some sort of wacky situation, where the book having, like, words that don't make sense makes sense. Or at the World Library, where the books are just are just too difficult for Jimmy. You know, they're really high-level stuff. But here it's pretty clear that he's reading a book appropriate for his age, that has been read before, and has been given by a teacher who doesn't seem to have anything to do with the pulsating mass, and yet the words are still nonsense. So at this point it should be clear. Yeah, is Jimmy dyslexic? That's exactly it. You'll note that most of what Andrew has taught him and focuses on is numbers based. Like, Jimmy's a pro at math for his age, knowing times tables and lots of things that are knowing his times tables and generally being good with numbers at a level that's quite impressive for an 8-year-old. But yeah, Jimmy has difficulty reading because of his dyslexia or something like it. So often when you see dyslexia in fiction, you see it, you know? You see a representation, an abstraction of its effects, where the words literally get up and move around on the page, which isn't accurate. It's more like you're trying to read lorem ipsum, from my knowledge. They look like words, they ain't going anywhere, but they don't make any sense. I think that would honestly be the best way to visualize dyslexia in fiction. But since we're just being told about it, there's a level of plausible deniability up until it hits a critical mass of evidence of what's going on. That it's not immediately clear, and I think that's interesting. It's almost time for school to be over for the day. The teacher gets up and makes an announcement. On Friday, there will be a spelling bee. She talks excitedly about how there will be trophies for people in each grade, and there will be cookies and juice after. She also mentions that it will be graded. Jimmy squirms in his seat. The bell rings and students grab their bags and head outside. Jimmy, Lars, and Punch meet up and head back to Shinryu. I have to fight the pulsating mass and do a spelling bee, and I don't know which is worse. No luck finding the secret knowledge? It's just your first day. That's to be expected. Take some time to adjust to your new schedule. I trust that you'll be able to find it, Jimmy. As for me, I'm afraid I haven't had much luck either. I've been scouring the city for information, but no one has heard of Helga or Buck. In retrospect, this shouldn't be surprising. It's a large metropolitan area, and it's not like Helga and Buck would be telling everyone their names. I'm gonna meet with a sketch artist. With good pictures of Helga and Buck, I should be able to find more leads. I hope you're adjusting well to your new school. I know these kinds of things can be hectic, but you're a smart boy, Jimmy. You'll work hard and be successful. Get some rest tonight so you can perform well academically in the morning. Jimmy sleeps. It's now Tuesday, the second day of school. The spelling bee is in 3 days. Any other game is going to go the distance, if I remember right, and have school days with a bunch of events all through until Friday. This is a long segment, and it's not a super popular one. Hey kid, we really need to get that stupid book. I thought I enjoyed being a janitor, but it's kind of a drag. My boss really put me through the ringer yesterday. I mean, I have to admit, this is the first actual job I've ever had, so I don't really have anything to compare it to, but I've got to wake up super early and follow orders. Let me tell you about something about Punch Tanaka. He's not a follow orders kind of guy. He's more of a run free like the wind kind of guy. I'm a tornado kid, and I'm about to blow down the building. Oh man, my boss is looking over here. I'm not supposed to talk to the kids, kid. I'm gonna find that book and get the hell out of this dead-end nightmare. What a drag. I overslept. My body didn't want to come back to school. We better head to class. I don't want to get detention. Class is about to begin. Stay on Vampire. The teacher is starting the science lesson. Today the class is learning about plants. Jimmy is mostly bored, but when the teacher starts talking about tropical trees, his pointed ears perk up. A nice mahogany would make a lovely casket. He could line it with red velvet and sleep so well during the day. Jimmy makes a mental note to transform into a lumberjack later. Hey, Jimmy thinks he might have learned a little something. Hey. So yeah, you can get free imagination levels during the segment. Jimmy is waiting for Punch to get on, but he's taking so long that Jimmy decided to actually practice typing. Well, he mainly just pushes keys absent-mindedly with his index finger. All of a sudden, Punch's avatar appears on his screen. Hey kid, today's been a real beast. Punch's avatar's long-necked giraffe wilts to the side. My boss is really hounding me about all sorts of stupid crap. I thought I was going to find that book today, but he's not even giving me a chance. I wonder if the principal found out I was undercover and is making this guy keep me busy. It's like a game of cat and mouse, except the mouse is actually a Bengal tiger. Wait a minute, what if he hasn't figured out who I am? What if this is just what it means to be a janitor? Wow, what an undervalued profession. Anyway, I'm super busy right now, so I can't talk anymore. Here's an illegal MP3 I downloaded as an apology. Hey, it's Toy Soldier Parade. At lunch, Lotus is nowhere to be found. There are lots of people around, but Jimmy feels alone. He picks at his meatloaf with his fork. Hey, you're that weird kid, aren't you? Yeah, it's definitely you. It's easy to miss you because you're so small. I bet I could beat you up if I wanted to. Be glad I don't care enough to try. What are you doing hanging out with the beard boy and the creepy janitor all the time? It's like you brought a freak show to Shinryu Academy. My daddy works at the best company and he's going to get me a high-paying job right out of school. I don't even have to go to college if I don't want to. I bet you'll have to spend 4 years in college just to work at a second-rate company. God, the way you just sit there and stare at me. You're even worse than the new girl. Talking to you makes me want to puke. Later, loser. Jimmy is ignored for the rest of lunch. His meatloaf has grown cold. The gravy has congealed. He stirs it absent-mindedly until the bell rings. Class is about to begin. Change into... Back to the flower. Starting the art lesson. Today everyone gets to draw whatever they want. Jimmy draws a nice little house in a big green field. Then he draws himself, growing tall and proud from the ground. He thinks that the lonely flower could use a family, so he draws 4 more flowers. The first flower is a tall skinny one with glasses, and there's a big hefty yellow flower right next to it. The other 2 are a pretty blue flower and a huge flower wearing a black cat. Jimmy feels kind of sad all of a sudden. Maybe he'll draw more later. Hey, Jimmy thinks he might have learned a little something. Hey. Hey, Jumbo. Sorry I missed lunch. Some guys were forcing me to lick the bathroom floor. On the plus side, it kinda killed my appetite. There's no point in sugarcoating this, Jimmy. I really hate it here. This is probably the worst possible place on the planet. Hey, beard boy. Thanks for cleaning the bathroom. It reeked, but now it's nice and shiny thanks to you. But see, we got a problem. A big problem. See, I was talking to my girl about what a good job you did, and she got jealous. Super jealous. Seems like the girls' bathroom is even filthier than the boys. So you're gonna have to clean that one too, beard boy. Hey, I have an idea. Why don't you get your creepy janitor friend to help you? Well, Jimmy can't stand seeing his uncle like this, so he pushes the no-good Nick. Big mistake, dweeb. Yeah, big mistake. Alright, let's show him the business. Get out of here. That's some real damage. You little brat. You think this is all we're capable of? We'll show you. Crap, it's the principal. This isn't over. Throb, throb. Jimmy hears a voice inside of his mind. What have we here? Fighting on school premises. Such a bad behavior. Jimmy, I really thought this kind of thing was beneath you. I'm afraid you'll have to be punished. Why don't you come with me to my office? Mr. Principal. Go Jimmy. Go Jimmy, set the bullies on fire. Woo! You have to help me, Mr. Principal. I've got a really bad stomach ache. Where's the nurse's office? I know, but it's an emergency. My tummy hurts so bad. Thank you so much, sir. Wait here, Jimmy. When I return, we can discuss your punishment. It does help that the person doing the catching is literally cancer. Psst, you should be more careful. There are bad people here. You should probably duck out. My name is Hitomi, by the way. See you later. Hitomi. You're back early today. Did something happen? I better not get a call from your teacher. Also, don't forget your primary goal. You gotta find the secret knowledge. As for me, I was finally able to find a lead. Thanks to the sketch artist, I ran into several people who positively identified Helga. She seems to be quite popular, actually. They call her the Happy Smile Lady. When I asked them where I could find her, though, they weren't very confilial with me. They mainly seemed confused. One of them suggested that I stop by Tetsuya Kawaii. It seems like it's a large chain of toys and other useless tchotchkes. Tchotchkes is a good word. Go tchotchkes! It's not much, but it's a lead. I'll investigate tomorrow. Don't forget, you must find the secret knowledge. Try your best tomorrow. Another day passes. It's now Wednesday, the third day of school. The spelling bee is in 2 days. You can also steal $800 from the girl. That's a thing you can do, but I don't really need the money. I'd rather just set them on fire. Alternatively, I could hit them with the vampire attack for a little over 2 times the damage, like 2 1/3 times more. Another day at school. Jimmy looks around the courtyard for Punch and Lars, but he can't see them. As the students mill around him, Jimmy gets the distinct impression that he's totally, utterly alone. Back already. You may have evaded punishment for one day, but don't be arrogant. This is my school. It's only a matter of time before you slip up again. And when that happens, Jimmy, you'll never leave here alive. Tick-tock, Jimmy. Classes are about to start. Let's be a Poompa. Starting a math lesson. Going over fractions. Jimmy already knows how fractions work, so he's bored. As the teacher is discussing how to add fractions, Jimmy turns invisible, hovers towards her, and possesses her. He begins to teach the students incorrectly as a joke. I taught him wrong as a joke. As he's writing out the problem on the blackboard, he gets distracted by the numbers, and accidentally he ends up solving them the right way. Well, it's not as funny, but he kind of feels like a good teacher. Hey, he might have learned a little something. Punch's avatar struts in place, its gangly giraffe legs stretching forward and back, forward and back. Yo kid, I just made a breakthrough. So my boss made me clean the bathroom today. Apparently some kid spit all over the floor or something. It was swimming in saliva. I mean, how deranged do you have to be to do that kind of thing? Don't you know someone's got to clean up your messes? Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, when I was cleaning, the principal came in. I was working in the stall next to him, so he never got a lock on me. Let me tell you, the guy took forever, and it reeked pretty bad too. It's like the guy ate a bunch of raw meat last night. When I complained to my boss about the smell, he was like, oh yeah, it's always like that. Every day too, about that time. So I asked him why he made me clean the bathroom at that exact time if it was the same thing every day, and he just laughed. I'm beginning to think my boss is a grade A jerk. But that's not important. The important thing is that I know exactly when he goes to the bathroom every day. I'm gonna swipe his keys next time. Why? The boss says we're not allowed in the principal's office. You know that's gotta be where he's hiding the book. Alright, I'm a man on a mission. You just keep your head in the game. Once I get those keys, we'll be home free. Man, Punch Tanaka, MVP. Does a little spin and moonwalks off the screen.
Sorry I didn't beat you in the courtyard before school. I went in through the back so the bullies wouldn't hassle me. It was an old trick I learned back in my first trip through high school.
Hi, Jimmy. Mind if I sit here? The other girls aren't very hospitable.
Hi, he told me.
Yes? Do I know you?
Oh, name's Lars. I'm Jimmy's best friend.
Pleased to meet you. Jimmy is a sweet boy, so I'm sure you're sweet too.
My mom used to say I was sweet as apple pie. Then I would say, I don't know about that. And then she would say, well, we better find out for sure. And then she would make me an apple pie.
Hee hee, you're funny.
I am? I mean, yeah, whatever. I guess it just comes naturally.
Well, looks like lunch is almost over. It was nice meeting you, Lars.
Jimmy, I don't remember anything I just said.
Social Studies lesson. Today the class is learning about the presidents of the United States of America. Jimmy thinks it's pointless to learn about the presidents in school, so he travels to the astral plane and tries to find them himself. He runs into someone and asks if it's George Washington. No, the man replies, I'm Thomas Jefferson. Jimmy shakes his head and hovers back to class. Not even George Washington. What a disappointment. Jimmy doesn't like Thomas Jefferson. I don't know about that one. Hey, Jimmy thinks you might have learned a little something.
Hey, Jimbo. You know, I'm starting to think things are looking up. Punch told me he has a plan to get into the principal's office. For the record, though, I don't like how he interrupts my internet time. He complains a lot about the work he's got to do, but I think he spends most of his time goofing off online. Anyway, it looks like we're not going to have to stay here much longer. Plus, your dad says he's close to finding Helga. Nobody has bullied me today, and I actually had a conversation with Hitomi. Jimmy, do you think I have a shot with her?
Hey, Lars, I'm sorry for those mean things I said. I got in a lot of trouble, you know.
Oh, that's fine.
Thanks so much for understanding. Anyway, Mrs. Fujitora wanted to tell you that you won an award.
Really? For what?
Oh, you know, most improved, for most improved. I don't know the specifics. I'm supposed to take you back to her class with me.
Well, okay. It's about time someone acknowledged how much I've improved. I think. I'll catch you later, Jimbo.
What an idiot. Looks like it's just you and me this time, loser. You humiliated me pretty bad yesterday, but that ain't gonna happen again. Jimmy, you've gotta run. He's not what he seems to be. Ran back inside. His breath echoed in the empty hallways. Before Hitomi came, he saw something flash across the face of the bully. It was something inhuman. He waits alone outside of his classroom until his teacher returns with the rest of the students. Grrr. The teacher is starting the English lesson. Today she's going over grammar. She's explaining prepositions to the class. She writes out 3 sentences on the blackboard. Who would like to point out the preposition in the sentence, she asks. A girl in the front row raises her hand and underlines one of the words. For the next sentence, she chooses a young boy sitting next to Jimmy, and he does the same. Who would like to find the preposition in the last sentence, she asks, but no one raises their hand. Her eyes scan across the class. When she stops, she's looking right at Jimmy. Disappear, Jimmy! His heart sinks. Jimmy drags himself to the blackboard, making footstep sounds even though he ain't got no dang feet. The other sentences have short words underlined. One is only 2 letters, one is 4. The shortest word he can find is right at the beginning of the sentence, so he underlines that. I'm sorry, his teacher says, and Jimmy slimps back into his seat. She underlines another word. This one is 4 letters long, and the one of the letters in the middle looks like a plus sign. Jimmy tries to remember that for the future. The bell rings, and Jimmy walks out of the school with his head hanging low. Jimmy, I trust the school is going well. I've run into a strange situation myself. I checked out Tetsuya Kawaii, and, well, I suppose you could say I found Happy Smile Lady. It's apparently a popular Tetsuya Kawaii character. There were several different toys based on her. The odd thing is, she looks just like Helga. The resemblance is uncanny. I bought several, of course. They're just adorable. But why has Helga become a chain of toys? It's something I'll have to investigate. Do your best tomorrow. Hopefully you'll be able to find the secret knowledge. Another day passes. It's now Thursday, the 4th day of school. The spelling bee is in one day. Fish.
weird. When I went to get my Most Improved award yesterday, Mrs. Fushitoda pretended not to know what I was talking about. Well, I guess that doesn't matter. It's not like I need an award. Just knowing that I'm the Most Improved is enough. Anyway, things are keep looking up. We better get to class, Jimbo. Class is about to begin. Stay the Pumpa. Teacher is starting the science lesson. Today the class is going over the solar system. The sun is an enormous self-fueled fireball. Jimmy is immediately interested. One day the sun will expand into a red giant and eclipse Earth, boiling all of the oceans and incinerating the planet. Cool. Hey, Jimmy thinks he might have learned a little something. Ah, no level up, no. Well, I tried to initiate secret plan, codename sneak into the principal's office while he's in the can. I'm afraid things didn't go the Punch-Tonica way this time. Hank hangs its head in shame. It's still a good plan, but my boss asked me to clean the girls' bathroom instead. I felt like a total creep going in there, but I guess that's my job now. Is this what responsibility feels like? Man, it sucks. Anyway, I was in the stall scrubbing a toilet when some purple-haired girl walked in. I think she was that Hitomi chick that Uncle Kid won't stop talking about. She must not have seen me due to my natural aptitude towards stealthiness. Well, I didn't become a janitor so I could perv on high school girls, so I was on my way out when this weird white light flashed. I also thought I heard some music, like a theme song or something. Then, when she stepped out of the stall, she was wearing a different outfit. I don't know. Why change in such a flashy way when you think no one is watching? Punch's avatar shrugs. Anyway, that's all to say the plan failed. Good news is tomorrow my boss is taking the day off, so I'm definitely going to deliver. Punch-Tonica out. What? You told me he has a theme song. I'm not even sure what that really means.
The scene from Emperor's New Groove where Kronk is singing his own theme song.
Is she an actress or something? That'd be neat. Hey, are you going to eat your cornbread?
Hello, boys. I have something important I must share with you.
You told me I've been thinking a lot too. I know that we just met, but well...
Lars, please. I have to get this out. Boys, you should leave the school as soon as possible.
But you told me.
Lars, this is important. I can't get into too much detail, but this school isn't safe. You're both so sweet. You should find a new school. A normal school. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something very wrong with the principal. I can't quite put my finger on it, but he radiates a dark aura. I mean, it's like he's doing that. If you believe in that kind of thing. It's like he attracts bad people to him. And there are many bad people at the school. You've run into some already, but they're much worse than you think. That's all I can say on the matter. I want you both to be safe, so please trust me.
I understand, but there's a reason we have to stay here too, Hitomi. More importantly, I think I love you.
Oh no, Lars. I mean, you're sweet, but I just can't.
I think I might have been too forward. I love you.
Class is about to begin. Would you like to change into a different monster? Let's be a blob. Be a blob about it. Music blob. Today, the class gets to play whatever instrument they want. Jimmy wants to find the most obnoxious instrument, so he decides to play all of them. He starts with the trumpet and blows it so hard that green mucus sprays all over the class. As they're trying to wipe it off, Jimmy grabs a tambourine and bangs it against the side of his body. Instead of it making a sound, it just sort of suspends inside him like a fruit in a jello mold. He pulls the greasy tambourine out of his body and sets it on the table, and then reaches for a guitar. His teacher pulls it away from him. That's enough for today, she says. Hey, Jimmy thinks he might have learned a little something. At recess, there's a stillness in the air. Jimmy looks around for Lars, but he's not out yet. Neither is Hitomi. Actually, he's alone in the middle of the courtyard. When did the other students from his class leave? Where are the students who are normally playing? Poor Trump. All over the class. Squelching sounds. Where are the students who are normally playing? The jungle gym is empty. Hopscotch chalk has faded from the sun. The swing shifts and squeaks from the frigid wind. Jimmy feels like he's being watched. Jimmy! 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 Jimmy, get out of there! They're growing stronger. You've got to run, Jimmy.
Don't worry, bud. I know I've been letting these bullies get the best of me, but I can't let Hitomi fight them alone. I gotta show I deserve most improved after all.
Lars, no. You shouldn't be here. You could get hurt.
If I get hurt, that's okay. I get hurt all the time. As long as you and Jimmy are safe, I don't mind. Lars. Alright, bring it on.
Lars, you're amazing.
I'm kind of expected to be lying in the fetal position getting kicked repeatedly about now. Weird.
They were just scared off by your tremendous fighting energy.
Yeah, that must be it. Come on, Jimmy, let me walk you back to class.
Math lesson today, they're going over measurements. Jimmy already knows all this stuff, so he's bored. He's interested in exactly what his volume might be. He squirms out of his seat and crawls over to the teacher's desk, carefully so as not to alert her. Then he hops up into the 2-liter flask. Only part of his body fits, though. He pushes himself into the flask harder, kicking against the desk, knocking various flasks and beakers to the ground. The class is laughing and the teacher tells Jimmy to go back to his desk. Jimmy sits back down, but it's hard to see things when his head is mostly squeezed into a flask. He might have learned a little something. Wow, I learned a lot. After another day of school, Jimmy meets up with Lars and Punch, then heads back to Shinryu. I'm afraid I've run into a roadblock. It turns out that Happy Smile Lady is a cultural icon that dates back to the 80s. Her resemblance to Helga is merely coincidental. It's an uncanny resemblance, though. I must admit that I'm a bit smitten by Happy Smile Lady. I think I'll take some time off tomorrow to research her more fully. Perhaps I'll stop by Tetsuya Kawaii's corporate headquarters to see if I can get an autograph from Happy Smile Lady's voice actress. Oh, try your best to find the secret knowledge. That's the most important thing. Andrew, focus. Another day passes. It's now Friday, the 5th day of school. The spelling bee is today. Squelch my way on over to school. It's the day of the spelling bee. Lars and Punch are nowhere to be found. Jimmy is alone in the courtyard. He walks up to the doors of Shinryu Academy. They stand before him like enormous fangs of a long-dead monster. He pushes them open and walks into its gaping mouth. Class is about to begin. Let's go back to Vampire. Teacher is starting the social studies lesson. Today the class is going over topography. Swish, swish, throb, throb. Jimmy imagines himself floating down a nice moonlit river. Actually, scratch that. Instead of a normal river, it's a river of blood. That's much more relaxing. Imagination is great. With imagination, you can make anything better. Hey, I might have learned a little something. Yo, kid, guess what I've got? Punch's avatar spins around and does the splits. That's right, I got the keys to the principal's office. The world is a strange, chaotic place, but one thing is always the same. You can trust Punch Tanaka. I had to reach under the stall and take them from his pocket. It was pretty stressful, and well, it stunk pretty bad. Whatever, it had to be done. Once school's over, we can break into his office and nab the book. Pretty rad, huh? Punch's avatar dances around some more, then slows to a stop. Hey kid, you're being super quiet. You alright? I've got to admit, I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping for a congratulations, maybe a thank you. I did risk my life, you know. Well, maybe not. I could have definitely lost a hand. It'd look pretty awesome with a hook, but that's not the point. Anyway, you seem like you've got something on your mind, so I'm gonna stop bugging you. Work that noise out. Later today, we'll grab the book and get out of this dump.
Hey Jumbo, you seem down. Me too. After yesterday, I thought I could make some progress with Hitami, but she's been so distant. It's like she doesn't want anything to do with me.
Lars.
Hitami, how long have you been there?
Look, Lars, I know I've been acting strange. The truth is, there's some things about me that you don't know. We could never be together. Please understand.
What is it, Hitami? I'm sure I can handle it. I mean, there's some stuff about me that you should know too.
I'm sorry, I have to go.
Oh man, I wish I could figure out the right things to say. I'm just not that kind of person. I always say whatever comes to mind and regret it later. Oh well. The burger tastes like garbage, but I'm gonna eat it anyway.
Class is about to begin. Stay the vampire. It's time for the spelling bee. There will be no lesson right now. The teacher has all the students form a line around the perimeter of the classroom. One by one, the student asks the students to move in front of the blackboard and spell a word. Each student that fails sits down on their desk. Each student that succeeds goes to the back of the line. The line moves forward, but Jimmy feels like a chambered bullet in a revolver, clicking closer and closer to the barrel. Jimmy's name is called. He wipes the sweat from his palms onto his pants. His leg is twitching. His mouth is dry. Spell induction. Her voice sounds like a steel trap snapping shut. The rest of the class is silent.
Jimmy can hear his breath, the sound of him dry swallowing. Jimmy closes his eyes. When Jimmy opens his eyes, the other students are gone. The teacher is gone. He's all alone in the classroom. Hey there, Jimmy. Ever since you humiliated me in the courtyard, I've been waiting to get even. Look around. It's just us. No one can save you now. Hey, Jimmy. Mrs. Fusitara and the rest of the class disappeared, and the school got super creepy all of a sudden. Oh. 2-on-1? Think that scares me? I'm tired of wearing this human skin. So brittle. Watch it peel right off. Shadow Warrior. Hey, guess what I have to say about that? Get dunked on. Unboosted 1100 damage. I guess things are getting serious. We better find Punch and get the book quick. Looks like Punch isn't here. Wait, Hitami. You. I hated you since I first smelled you. Shadow Warrior, your evil ends here. Do you think you stand a chance against the power of Lars? Don't worry, Hitami. We're here to save you. That's not necessary. I can just... Oh, there's no time. Hey, everyone look over there. Moon magic activate. Whoa, Hitami. I didn't know you could do that. Hitami? Who is Hitami? I'm Pretty Soldier Luna. I'm a moon warrior. A warrior from the moon. No you're not. Oh, aren't you an actress? Is this for the school play? So, a moon warrior has followed us all the way to this disgusting little planet? No wonder you stink so bad. That was something. I'll enjoy licking your blood from my nails. I guess what I have to say about that. I say Black Fountain. Don't worry, Jimmy can just magic the whole school to death. Wow, that was really great, Hitami. You never told me you had moon powers. You are a brave man, and strong too. But I'm not Hitami. I'm Pretty Soldier Luna. I don't get it. Am I missing something, Hitami? We don't have time for this. We may have defeated some of the Shadow Warriors, but more remain. They came here from the dark side of the moon. As a moon warrior, it's my sworn duty to defeat them. Come, we must hurry. Your other friend is in danger. Yo, kid. Uncle Kid. And, is that some kind of moon warrior running with you? Oh, yeah. You're that Hitami chick. I am not. I'm Pretty Soldier Luna. Whatever you say, girlie. Look, I'd love to sit and chat, but I'm kind of busy here. You guys mind lending a hand? Ugh, a moon warrior. What a drag. I was just about to chew on this guy's bones. Patience, patience. She just brought us more snacks. Alright, Jimmy will take care of one, and you guys can do the other. Reflect magic, 300% physical, 400% magic, resets cooldowns. So yeah, Hitami is mixed. She does both physical and magic, and she's the only character who's like any good at it, because she has really strong skills natively. Ooh, 2600. Eh. The shadow energy is receding. The school will soon return to normal. You've all been brave and helpful, but there's one more challenge I must face alone. You don't have to fight alone. Hey, Uncle Kid, I know you're a tough guy all of a sudden in that, but we've got our own stuff to do. Let's grab the book from the principal's office and get the hell out of here. The principal. He is the final mystery of the school. Why were the Shadow Warriors drawn to him? Those two alike. Why does he give off such an evil energy? The principal isn't human, nor is he a Shadow Warrior. He's something horrible, something I don't understand. I will go with you to the office. Team Rocket, they just keep trying. If the principal is there, by the light of the moon I will protect you. Man, where is that stupid thing? This place is creeping me out. Big time. There are many books here. There's also a heart, a tonsil, and some guts. Can't you just take one? It's a specific book. It looks like it spent a while in the ocean. It also smells like fish. Hey man, don't look at me like that. It was an accident. Thrup, thrup. Looking for this? He holds up the secret knowledge. It won't help you, Jimmy. Not that you'll get it from me anyway. You're not leaving this office alive. Hey kid, have you checked? Whoa! When did you show up? Don't worry, Jimmy. We can beat this together. Vile thing, by the light of the moon you will be vanquished. These people are inconsequential to me. It's you, Jimmy. You're the one I will devour. Yikes. So, it will hurt a lot if I do an AoE magic attack. But that ain't gonna stop me, baby! Ow! Worth it for killing a lot of the bats quickly. The bats are just super annoying. Huh, I only have 4 alarm clocks left. I didn't notice. Okay. Sure. Alright, let's begin the beatdown big time. Mana burn. Ghost fire. Heal. Magic damage. Rejuvenate. Yeah, 1100. And magnificent combo. I think I accidentally wasted Punch's boost. So Hitami's thing is that she can reset all of her cooldowns without taking up a turn. But the thing that resets the cooldowns can only work once every 8 turns. So if you give her really, like, big moves from skill manuals that have long cooldowns, she can make really good use of them. Yeah, they keep trying because they're just minions of the mass. They don't really have identity, or will. Ha! Got the book. Thanks almost exclusively to the cunning plan of Punch Tonica. Now maybe Papa Kid will treat me with some respect. We did it! Lars! Everyone! You're so amazing! Now that the source of the evil energy has been defeated, it's time for Pretty Soldier Luna to disappear. Goodbye! Hitami, wait! I wish you would stop doing that. Oh, hello everyone. Things sure have been strange lately, huh? Hitami, you don't have to pretend any longer. You see, I'm also not who I pretend to be. I'm just posing as a high school student. You see, actually, I'm a pretty cool guy. Lars, maybe you're right. I'm not supposed to reveal my powers, but well... Moon magic, activate! As you can see, I, Hitami, am actually Pretty Soldier Luna. Well, that's just a name I made up. My real name is Pretty Soldier Hitami. We know Hitami. But, how could you tell? I don't know, Hitami. It's just something I can feel. I can tell it's you. Maybe it's something deep in my heart.
Oh, Lars, I wish I could stay here with you, but now that the Shadow Warriors have been defeated, I must return to the moon. Well, I would if my spaceship weren't damaged when I landed.
You should come with us. We're on a journey that's taken us to all sorts of places. Who knows, maybe we'll go to the moon too.
Truly? I would enjoy traveling with you very much.
Cool, let's get out of here. I never want to see the inside of a school again.
Jimmy hears a voice. Go on. Take the book.
Little good it will do you. You're already falling down a deep, dark well. You just haven't admitted it to yourself.
Well, what do you think, Papa Kid? Did Punch Tonica redeem himself? Considering the fact that this is so water damaged that it's completely illegible, I would say no, he did not. Dang! But at the very least, the secret knowledge is back in our hands. I might be able to... I was talking as if it were Punch. But at the very least, the secret knowledge is back in our hands. I might be able to decipher it in time. Meanwhile, while I was checking out Tetsuya Kawaii's corporate headquarters, I heard multiple employees mention a winged monstrosity had been circling the building. In one exchange where an employee asked it to stop, it reportedly replied, "Get back, nerd." Only one conclusion can be drawn from this. Buck is currently circling the Tetsuya Kawaii building. Jimmy, the best course of action here is that you go talk with your brother. Perhaps you can help him through his affliction. Perhaps he might know where your mother is. I'll stay here and decipher the secret knowledge. Maybe I can ascertain a hint about how to defeat the pulsating mass. Go with you? No, that won't be necessary. Buck doesn't listen to me. Besides, you seem to have found a strange new companion. My name is Hitami, sir. Forgive my rudeness for not introducing myself sooner. I see. Jimmy, you seem to be meeting lots of strange people. You should be more careful.
Hitami is a good person, Andrew. She's already helped us a lot.
Anyway, I'll await you here. Good luck.
So Hitami doesn't stay super long as a team member, but like she is, like everyone else who joins you, even temporarily, available in the end game. Let's see about maybe improving her gear. That would be a new... I guess she makes better use of the keepsake than anyone else. Oh yeah, her passive is that she gets 3 trinket slots, which makes her actually really good in the late game where you get the super good trinkets. Especially because some of them are like increase all stats, and she makes the best use of all stats compared to anyone else. Sure. And first aid. Look around real quick. And it's so expensive. What do I have Lars equipped with right now? The umbrella. Oh yeah, I want to check out the... I want to buy a couple consumables. What about you? Oh yeah, she has a better weapon here on the Magic 8 Ball. What's Jimmy equipped with right now that would be so much better? Oh, yeah, I should have just done that earlier. Whatever. Yeah, I really want Adrenaline Shot. It's a revive that doesn't take a turn, so it's really good. Yeah, I'll give it to Lars. Alright. You know, this is a decent opportunity, actually, to go back and do a couple optional things. One that I just completely had forgotten how to do is the special boss here. Yeah, what to do with her. You go over to the eastern side of the area and just engage in fights for, you know, a while. It's easier if I am a Slimer. Oh no, I have to go to this part of it, yeah. And eventually, you'll get a battle with a unique enemy. Plus, the enemies here are really easy since it's meant for like 2 people. We might need to be near the whale. There it is. The beach babe. She's looking good. She's not super hard. Undulate. Look away fists. Cold shot. Yeah, about 10% of her HP with every ghost fire. Itami really is just kind of vaguely okay. Not anything special. But then it is hard to compete with Jimmy with crayons. Oh, nice crit. Well, I get to show off Karmic Release. Unless that Milky Way Fist kills her. Yeah, Karmic Release costs 100 MP, can only be used once per battle. It does more damage the longer you've been in the battle, up to a max of 10 turns. I think it's like 100% damage per turn, so at max it's 1000% damage. It's pretty good, but it's not like amazing in the late game. Lars really is just better at taking hits than dealing them. But for a while, it is helpful as a finisher move. Thank you. Something on the ground. Hey, it's a Bronze Jimmy. So the Bronze Jimmy is a unique item for the clubhouse that doesn't have any effect on its own and doesn't belong to any sets, but it will help complete any common set. So if you have 3 pieces of a 4-piece common set and a bronze Jimmy, you have that common set. And so the advantage is that you can complete more sets with fewer pieces, since the bronze Jimmy will count for each of them. But ultimately, it is just kind of crap. It is just not very useful. There are better Jimmies later that are, like, actually worth it. That's just not one of them. Well, I need to buy some alarm clocks. Ugh, consumable prices are getting pretty nutty. Okay, that's still the same. They will update at some point. I just don't remember when. So let's go after the Whisper Weaver. I can remember where it is. Oh, I found a light bulb. Not what I intended to find. Huh. I left a toy box back here this whole time. I can't imagine it has anything that I really care about at this point. Oh, there it is. Some jacks. I mean, the best outcome was always going to be if it had rubies in it, so that I got the money bonus. No, that's not it. There's the eyeball plants. That means I'm getting close, I think. There it is. So this first floor is still going to be total nothing. And this is really one of the less inventive and eventful nightmare dungeons. It is pretty much just, well, it's got spiders and it's got darkness, baby! That's really all it's got going for it. The boss is pretty tough, though. Most people say that you should be around level 40 before fighting it, which is quite a bit stronger than for most bosses. For, the other bosses around Home Flower, which is like 25 to 30 we'll usually do. So you can go here as soon as getting the pumpkin, which is quite early, to be honest. But you will die badly. And I'm not strong enough to avoid the fights yet. And another thing about the bosses, or the regular enemies here, is that when they emerge, everyone gets scared. So it's really handy to be able to kill them in one turn. Because otherwise they'll get a free turn, and that's no good. Also, the experience here is quite nice. It is also very hard to see. Even with the extra light granted from the pumpkin flame, it's still pretty dire. And it gets worse too. Particularly that $1,100 is really nice. Even when I was, doing fights in, like, Mr. Cat's dungeon, you know, the fights only gave, like, $500 or $700. So, 1,100 is a pretty significant improvement. Hey. This dungeon is considerably shorter if you know the way, and which I don't, and you are strong enough to be able to avoid fights, which I'm not. But at any rate, it is really good experience, so I won't complain too much. Oh, he's gonna emerge. Oh no, we're scared. At least, Hitami got scared. Not everyone gets scared. Okay, that's helpful. Really quite blind. Suppose I could mana burn every turn to ensure a one-turn kill. And then I could save Hitami's mana. 860 is so nice. Alright, we left-handed now. We're hugging the left wall. There. Put the healing skills on Jimmy. Because I'm mostly going to be staying in pumpkin form. I could stay in goon form and just, like, do the clean getaway every turn. But, I mean, the experience and the money is so good that... Right, that was the entrance. That, I do want to stay... I do want to continue fighting enemies. Biggest issue really is that I'm going to have to burn a lot of colas before getting to the Whisper Weaver, and it has like 20,000 health. The tracks are pretty useful when they don't, you know, lead you into dead ends. At least it's something you can follow. I do like how some of the dungeons, some of the nightmare dungeons are like, fear of the end of the world, or
really harrowing take on stranger danger, and this one's just like, spiders spooky, darkness bad. And honestly, my takeaway is more darkness annoying. Darkness slow me down. Incidentally, there are some pretty cleverly hidden treasures that I just thought of. Like, you can actually go back to Jonathan's forest, and behind where you fought him, there's a treasure chest. It's, I think it's a piece of furniture. It is really nice that Hitomi comes in at, like, your party's aggregate level. That's really nice, because I'm sure the game did not expect me, generally, to be as high level as I was. Ooh, crunch. Bunch of Lars. Spooky noises. I assume that means I'm going the right way. Thanks, spooky noises. You never lead me astray. Getting real annoying to navigate in here. Punch the darkness. Just at this point following the tracks until I can't anymore. Oh, it looks like I can't anymore. I can go down here, I guess. It does not look like it. Oh, yes, it does. Incidentally, I think one of the items you get from this dungeon is something that sort of gives you another mana burn. It gives you like 25% magic attack at the cost of 3% MP per turn. Which is funny, on Andrew, that just turns off his passive is all. Okay, that might be the end of the dungeon. Oh yeah, I haven't been checking steals from this place at all. Whoops. Okay. Whisper Weaver time. It's got a big smile. Angelique, Starshine, Culture, damage. Unfortunately, Jimmy's the only one with a startle. So he's the only one who can get Lars out from being grabbed. Lars got terminal, and that means he's gonna die in 3 turns, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, right, and I changed Jimmy's skill, so now he doesn't have a magic skill. Bleh! It's pretty dire. Oh, whatever. Did chomps down really hard anyway. Back to the Poompa. And now I've got to set up mana burn again. I wasted the first one. If Lars gets grabbed again, honestly, I think I'm just gonna let him die. It is more important that Jimmy does big hits. Nice crit. Oh, everyone got something gross. $2,400. Vitamins. This fight brought to you by Flintstones Gummy Bear Vitamins. Those are 2 different brands. Honestly, I'll probably be interrupted. Ugh. Ooh, nice 3,300. Just keep mana burning, Jimmy. Okay, that doesn't do any direct damage though, so I'm okay. Use the Super Cola. Or Punch is grabbed, that's fine with me. Alright, that was kind of close. 16,500 experience. Hey. Okay, so it's not the Witch's Heart, which is the mana boosting one. So Psych is really good because it is a it's a stun that ignores alert status. And the charging station is funky. It is a weapon that has no stats but gives you 10% HP and MP regen just for free. There are some interesting uses of it. The most basic use is just to throw it on Helga and have her be pure support bot who never runs out of juice. You can also make good use of Lars' support skills in a similar way, but it is useful to have some damage on him, especially with Karmic Release. Made it up to 17k from that whole ordeal, even after buying items. Yeah, I think it's time to handle the Queen. Oh, yeah, that's right. If you enter the Blue Staff River from this side, there is a secret. Behind the waterfall. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I can't. I'm just too overwhelmed right now. We'll talk later. So this is one of the memory dungeons that I had missed. And it's for Helga. This is the first one you're supposed to be able to get. There's no reason in doing any of the fights here. Because they're all the same, it's just Blue Staff River, so there is nothing unique. Nothing I need to worry about getting, like, steals, and the XP would be total trash. So this is sort of a quick in and out affair to get the unique treasures. And talk to Helga memories. Clearly very much about her down days. Do you remember when and your father would pick you up, but oh dear, hurry up, we'll be late. First of school. It's got the musical theming that Helga has present, as she mentioned that when she was in college, shiny rubies, as she was mentioned when she was in college, she was part of a band. So a lot of areas related to her have to do with music. That's why her island, such as it is, Legato, and Legato are so musically themed. Anytime I can get rubies, that's really good, since I have like 22k in the bank, so that's like getting a 4k dollars drop, which is real nice. And if I put my extra 17k in, it'd be even more. Come, baby, you can, just walk me, just more steps. So no matter how many times Helga falls into the funk, she always gets out of it. Sleep, go to open eyes, open your some helping hands. Attack is a 10% group heal. Jonathan only, can't counter. A free 10% group heal for Jonathan? Like, I don't know about that. I'll just, emergency exit out of here.
Oh yeah, there is actually another dungeon that I'm not thinking about. I wasn't thinking about in Legato. In Mr. Marvelous's house. And he should be gone now. When I woke up this morning, I was at the entrance of the castle tower. How did I get there? I've been sleepwalking, I guess. Sorry if I seem a bit tired, Jimmy, but I've been having trouble sleeping lately. I've been having these horrible nightmares of a gnarled hand reaching up to grab me from the darkness. Oh, sorry, that's not something I should discuss with a child. It's just all I can think about. So you're not allowed to go in here if Helga is in your team, because she's like, Jimmy, no stealing, that's rude. Warning, Jimmy will not be able to save inside. Yeah, this place is a little nasty. I'm not sure if I'm going to be strong enough for it yet, but we'll see. The gimmick of this dungeon is greed. There are a bunch of toy boxes, and most of them are fake. Will be ridiculously powerful. Okay. Toy box is actually a monster. Uh-oh, and it got buffed. Oh boy. Mana burn. Imagine vampire. Hit it very hard. Okay. Oh, the enemies have gotten stronger. Yeah, you want to see the rubies. I'm gonna leave it at 2, I think. For each one that you do, you get like 10,000 bucks for each rubies that you get, and there are 5 total. How about this one? And you can't save in here, but the door is actually a toy box. The toy box is actually a monster. What a trick. Luckily, Jimmy is just so overwhelmingly strong on the magic side that I can take out the mimics before they do anything. I think the mimics have like a bunch of instant kills, like they chew up and spit out. I'm being greedy. Shiny rubies. It was worth. Door's actually a statue. Oh, the next monster I fight will be ridiculously powerful again. Okay, I want to make sure like that the boss doesn't get the power up. This is one I actually never did when I first played the game. I just didn't know about it. I just like never went back into Mr. Marvelous's house. Honk. The statue is actually a dwarf. Nice. So I don't have a very good sense on how dangerous the boss here is. But like, if I lose, I'll just reload from before I entered. I mean, I guess I could have always known that there's no way that was the actual door. And probably none of the doors are. I bet it's one of the chests that's sitting alone by itself. No, it was. You ready to enter? Would you like to save? No. Alright, so the first thing I need to do, I just remembered, is I need to start as Goon. And I need to grift some treasure. One of those. Start hitting them. I'm gonna stick to 3. Stealing all the treasure makes the miasma just so strong. I just guard with him. Start metabolizing, so Lars keeps his HP up for free. And everyone else starts throwing items. Ghost Fire, Super Cola, Starshine, Ants. Yeah, I have to think about, like, when it's time to go to vampire form. Oh, you can't do that to me. Oh, that's really bad. that's really bad. Okay, now I will mana burn, switch over to vampire, and Black Fountain. I'm gonna take his last treasure now because he does lose defense whenever you take treasure from him. So I'll be able to hit him a little bit harder. Oh, it fully healed him. Whoops! Well, I'm dead. I'm super dead then. And the defense bonus was not significant. On the upside, the miasma can't kill. This might actually be doable. I am, however, out of ants. First aid it is. Sick also can never kill. Oh, mana burn's still on cooldown. Oops. I guess at this point, I just, like, use everyone's turns to revive when I can. If he only has single target actually damaging attacks, I might just be able to, like, never die from that. So, Jimmy's gonna die to the grasp damage, so I don't actually need to stun him. I'll just use an alarm. I'm not allowed to. Boo. Well, I'll psych anyway. Yeah. Adrenaline shot to immediately get Jimmy back up. Look, that already paid off. And then I can even take his turn. Hey, I got him, despite screwing up. Because he just doesn't have anything that can actually kill you. He just looks dangerous. Except for the grab. Holla holla get dollar. $40,000. A coin purse. A framed butterfly. And lucky numbers. Increases party's luck for 3 turns, once per fight. No. That's worthless. So coin purse is, I believe, only for Helga.
Yeah, Helga only. 30 attack and magic, though. And 50% more money is kind of nice. Now I can buy a bunch of consumables. Put everything I have in the bank. A cool 50k. And that puts me pretty close to being able to do Groos's dungeon. You need 100k in the bank for that. So the switch is stuck in place, but I have a fat booty! And that stops time. And the music. And no one will talk to me. And now there's something over here I want to say. Yeah, normally this closes whenever you get close, but there's a light bulb behind it. An oh so cool castle. And then there's also... Did I already get this? No, I didn't. It's filled with sparkles. And shoe inserts. Yeah, around here somewhere is the mirror that the Legato Knights sealed the queen into. And if I could take on the Greed King, I think I can take on the queen. I just don't remember, like, where it is. And in this case, you can do this as soon as you get the vampire, because it's about going into a mirror. This always looks like a door that leads into something, but it's not. Oh, maybe it's at the top of the tower where Helga was. The lack of music is deafening. Yep, there it is. So we'll see how bad the encounters here are, but I don't remember this one being particularly tough. Just a moment, I need to blow my nose. A boy! A boy! How happy the queen will be! Oh, but first you must play with me! Greedy, greedy me! You like riddles, yes? My riddles are the best! Here's a fun one. What weighs more, a pound of feathers or a pound of dogs? I'm afraid you're wrong. The world is decidedly a world of black and white. You're either wrong or you're right. And in this case, I'm afraid that you're clearly not right. You're wrong, wrong, wrong. You see, a pound has lots of dogs, and they definitely weigh more than a pound each. Even the littlest Pomeranian weighs a few pounds, so I hope you understand how wrong you are. I'm afraid that right things get rewarded and wrong things get punished. That's the rule here. Well, one of them, but probably the most important. And I'm afraid that you're wrong, Jimmy. Very wrong and unnatural in this place. So you'll have to be punished before you can see the queen. The trick, of course, is that if you say a pound of dogs, he says, no, they weigh the same. They're both a pound. So no matter what you do, you're always wrong. And that leads into what this Nightmare Dungeon is. Obviously, right, it's it's Alice in Wonderland. But Alice in Wonderland isn't a fear, you know. I mean, for some people, sure, but it isn't a fear. What is a fear, or what is a bad thing, is abuse. Gaslighting and other similar things. There's a gurgle in my throat. It thirsts for a body. But the queen decreed that bodies move too much, so this is all I am now. And you're going to see a trend here of always being wrong, because the abuser is always right, you know, and that means that other people are wrong. There's going to be promises of rewards if you're right, which you never are. Rules that change all the time to suit the abuser. And things like that. So this, you know, this area kind of does a trick by being like, oh yes, obviously this is just the Alice in Wonderland, and isn't that creepy, but there's something much more serious going on under the surface. And I really like that. Unlike the Whisper Weaver's domain, which really was just, spiders bad. Okay, yeah, just combustion is enough to win the fights here. This maze is kind of annoying. Oh, I should again check for grifts. Lots of money available again, though. That's really nice. Nope. Nothing there. Honestly, spending the MP to definitely win the fight in one turn isn't worth it compared to just, you know, saving MP, using fewer attacks, and then using that saved MP to heal. So the Joker does one thing, and he will randomly choose a character, and then that character will either be healed to full or instantly killed. That's the biggest gimmick of enemies here. All the other enemies do, like, an attack that also does a status, or a stat change, I guess you could say. Along with it, like, the Ace of Spades halves your attack, or damage. It might also affect magic, I'm not sure. Despite the enemies here being quite a bit weaker, they still do give really nice experience and money. How many years has it been since you arrived? Just a few moments, you say. Oh, I've been so impatient. Greedy, greedy me. I just want to play some more. Maybe it's all the waiting we must do here. Waiting, waiting, waiting. It's all we do. And once a tasty boy gets here, the first thing he does is ask me to punish him. There's the gaslighting, right? Oh, you might not have, but you really did. You really, really did if you think about it. Your wrongness just begged me for punishment, but it's still too early. But I'm so impatient. Surely we have enough time for a little game, a little riddle for greedy, greedy me. Slippery little skin I have, nutrient-rich and gristle-slick. Drag a nail along the spine and peel it aside with a wrist flick. I'll let you think that one over. And of course, it doesn't matter what you think the answer is, because you'll always be wrong. The Queen of Hearts gimmick is that she will switch your HP and MP, which, like, pretty much guarantees to leave you with low HP, but full MP, so it's not even that bad. Ugh, there's a chill in my teeth. A lifetime of death in this courtyard. Caterpillar's games have just begun. Suppose it would be a bit better to use Hitami's AoE attacks, but she has more MP, which means even though her skill is more expensive, she gets more MP back from Cola's. Although, considering she costs a quarter more, might be a wash. You can also use Poompa Jimmy's ability to have your HP but restore some MP to save on items. That's kind of nice. Did you solve the riddle? I'm afraid I don't have time for your answer. Time. It's all I have, but it's not enough, you see, because the only time that matters is right now, and right now it's punishment time. The problem, tasty boy, scrumptious boy, is that your face, your nose, your skin, your toes, they're all so disorderly. So we'll have to remove them, you see. The queen can't rule a disorderly castle, you see. Everything must be orderly and safe and orderly, you see. You'll find it much more satisfactory in time, you see. I'm floating, thank you. And of course, anytime you see bars, it is time for slime. It is slime for time. Sure, let's spend this time getting a little MP back for Jimmy. And that was honestly kind of a wash, but I mean... Oops, did not mean to do that 3 times. Ugh, there's a thrumming in my ears! I can still hear them echoing in the bricks. The screams of the Queen's victims. Stylish. Yeah, I'll skip encounters if I'm given the chance. I mean, they just... I've got enough skin. Jerk. I have to spend resources to get him back up. I don't have Helga, so I can't just use I mean, I could use Pep Talk, because Jimmy has it. Jimmy has Pep Talk through the flower. Ugh, when did all this skin get on my arm? Oh, I got clubbed with a club. A club. Hey. And I probably don't need a full complement of MP to be able to beat the Queen. She's not that hard. Oh, that's annoying. I can't believe you've done this to me. Stop that! See, you can win that. I just got really unlucky. There.
fully recovered from that nonsense. Easy to ignore encounter. Look at us! We're back where we began! And this is where our conversations must end. You've escaped your punishment, and I'm afraid the Queen is mad about it. Very, very mad, in fact. As much as I'd like to play with you until you're red and glistening, somebody has to follow the rules here, and no one follows the rules better than me. Am I a creature or a carriage? A carriage or a creature? There's only one way to know. Are you willing to find out? Yeah! It's grody. This is the precious boy I've heard so much about. Jimmy, was it? I've been here so long, and my eyes aren't as composed as they used to be. Come closer, please. Ah, there's our precious boy indeed. The smell really takes me back. Ah, but I can't be getting sentimental now. I've been here too long for that, and I have more important things to focus on. For instance, have you thought about your safety? Your body is covered with the dust and mud of the countryside. When was the last time you bathed? The last time you slept in your own bed, in your own home, safe from the scary monsters of the world? Oh, I'm afraid you haven't been safe at all. You'd be much safer here. Yes, that's what's for the best. It's settled. You'll stay here forever with me. So you're safe from the outside world here, but are you safe from yourself? From your own impure tendencies? Tell me, Jimmy, are you a good boy? Third yes. Oh, that made me really lightheaded. So, Jimmy, why does that word bounce around on your tongue so? Is it not because it's a lie? I can see your lies crawl from your mouth and snake across your body. But that's not all I see. I see the boy hiding beneath your skin, Jimmy. He's a good boy. He's just waiting to be released. That's it then. It's settled. We'll just have to shock that skin. Right. Off. Then we can keep the new, pure you safe and sound. You can spend your days happy and shivering with me. You don't seem convinced. This doesn't make me satisfied, Jimmy. Maybe you just need to see my handiwork. I've gotten quite good over the years. You won't feel more than a slight pinch. Then, squelch! Your skin will slide right off. Here, let me introduce you to my husband. Then you'll see how safe I can make you. Ah-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. You're in the bone zone, Jimmy! Made me really lightheaded. Mana burn, vampire, and powers of darkness. Eight ball, corner pocket. Sure, let's just do counter stances. Hey, thanks for the full heal. Just throw a small heal on Punch. He's losing health because of, his accessory. Makes him lose a little health in exchange for giving him a whole bunch of attack. Punch wasn't fast enough. You really don't need to worry very much about the Queen changing stances. She'll do what she do. You don't need to really be too concerned with it. Nothing is that dangerous or requires that much of a different setup. The worst case scenario basically is that, and it's just like, oh, well, I'm doing less damage now, I guess. There we go.
Yeah, do a comforting smile for a turn. Because I have to wait for mana burn to come back off cooldown. Imagine Pumbaa. It's still on cooldown. I guess it's on cooldown for one turn after you change. That's the rule. Yeah, she's not too strong. Now it is just about time for a karma release. Or not. Or he'll die. Her AoE attacks are just not that dangerous, really. It's like, yeah, even though I'm getting pretty low on health, I'm just not concerned. Alright, Lars, bring us home. Pow, 1800. It's a nice finisher. I do like the finisher. Drum kit. Sunny day. Dreamstone. So the Dreamstone... Yeah, so the Dreamstone gives you 30 magic, but also changes your attack to a one-turn attack or magic attack buff on another character. If you can make it so that it'll hit Jimmy, it's really strong, and it can give you a huge amount of extra damage on Jimmy's big burst turns. The problem is it only lasts until the end of turn, so you need the person using it to be faster. And then the manual I got is for Helga. It's her big Chungus AoE heal. Back up to $19,000. But I don't think I'm quite ready for accelerated dynamics. That's pretty dangerous. So I'm going to continue on with the plot now, I think. Yeah, that sounds good. Maybe, Three common sets. Grass, creepy, fruity, fuzzy. I almost have the fuzzy set. Weird. Floral, musical. Almost have the musical set. Spooky pixel, geometric, modern. And there are also special sets, but they're really annoying. It's hard to know when you have all of them.
because you don't get, like, told about them. It's like, all the chairs! All the chairs one is actually really good, too. How am I making tip-tap sounds on the linoleum with my ghost tail? Yo, kid, that's far enough. Sorry. Yo, kid! What's the matter, kid? Surprised to see me? Tetsuya Kawai may make crappy toys, but they got a killer eye for security. Quit bragging, Johnny. Our win-loss record with the kid is pretty bleak. Hey, Jimmy. It's me, Big Enormous. I did it, man. I lost the weight. I'd prefer if you called me Big Norman now. It just helps me focus more on who I really am instead of who others want me to be. Norman, Johnny, Dee Dee. Oh man, you look so great. Boss, we thought your brain was broken. We didn't think you'd remember us. We didn't. Oh man, I promised myself I wouldn't cry no more. We've been working on ourselves, boss. Trying to be the best people we can be. I used to think that the number I saw on the scale was all I was. Through meditation and the power of positive thinking, I learned that I could finally just be who I really am. And the weight came right off. Diet and exercise. That's the only secret. When I was training in Sacred Lantern, I had a lot of time to think. Maybe, just maybe, the kid beat me because he was stronger than me. And that's okay. I only had myself to blame. If the kid's stronger, what should I do? Get stronger myself. I got over my pride and learned some real martial arts. I'm not some know-nothing punk anymore. Most of all, I learned to harness the anger I felt inside. Instead of letting it control me, I control it. Now I'm unstoppable. And me? I learned that knives are stupid. What's the point of putting all your self-worth into something that can be taken so easily? That's why you shouldn't call me Johnny Knives no more. Call me Johnny Katana. 1. The katana is the perfect blade. My skill with it is absolute. 2. Johnny Katana is an awesome name. So cool. Man, it's so good to see you guys again. You've all gotten so much cooler. If we were back in the old days, we'd really rough up some stuff. Just say the word, boss. Let's ditch this joint and reform the petty thugs. We'd have to get a new batch of goons, but we'd put them in line real quick. Johnny, my man. That sounds like music to my soul, but I gotta stay with the kid for now. What? Ain't we good enough, boss? Listen to me, Johnny, and listen good. You were always good enough. Even when you were a weak little baby, you were good enough. Why? 'Cause you're my friend. You're all my friends. Boss. So this ain't about who's good enough to hang out with Punch Tanaka. I just owe the kid, that's all. And Punch Tanaka always pays his debts. We know, boss. We know. Well, whatever. I'm not gonna get all teary-eyed over crap like this. Where are you going? Where are you going, Dee Dee? We're still on security detail. Think I care about this job? This place sucks, and Mr. Makoto doesn't pay us anything worth a crap. So what if we let the kid go by? Not like it's any of my concern. Well, I guess that's it for now. It was good to see you again, boss. You too, kid. You look good. Like you're actually giving a good fight. Keep it at it. I'm sure we'll meet again. Boss, man, I'm gonna miss you. But you got your own life to live. I get that. I do, too. I do, too. You lucked out, kid. We're so tough now. You got no idea. Maybe one day we can have a rematch. You know, just for fun. Kid, I got this feeling welling up inside of me. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like sunshine. I think it's pride. We better move on before my sunglasses can no longer hide my tears. Elevator stopped early. So this dungeon is pretty long. But I think pretty convincingly I do not need to fight the enemies here. I'm way stronger than the game expects at this point. So I can get through here pretty quickly. I guess I'll fight a few enemies to look for grifts. Chat time. It's so cold in here. It's like they keep the thermostat below freezing. So this is a reference to the Tales of games. They have something very much like this, where just during dungeons you'll get a prompt to have the characters talk amongst themselves. I can see my breath. There's something unsettling about the atmosphere. I feel a dark presence enveloping the building. How are you able to detect stuff like that?
I have fought shadow warriors all over the galaxy. They transmit energy waves at a certain frequency that my moon crystal can detect. Over time, I've learned to feel these even without my moon crystal. It's like there's a disturbance in the air.
Oh, so is the temperature drop a sign of evil forces?
No, I think the AC might just be broken.
Oh, I thought I was getting superpowers.
Anyway, we need to be careful. The energy I'm feeling isn't like the Shadow Warriors, and it's not exactly like the Principal either. It's definitely strong, though, and hostile. I need to get, like, water and such. I'll be back in a bit. Okay. Okay, I'm back. The employee is loudly snoring. There's a security card sticking out of his front shirt pocket. Do you want to take it? Level 1 pass. Man, the break room's real bad when it costs you $500 to get a snack. So like the Iron Flamingo, like the Gammy dungeon, there's a whole system of pass cards and doors that require pass cards. Hello, I'm one of the Yang siblings, the handsome one. I don't know how I got my nickname. I guess it just sort of came naturally. I've been working on something top secret, but you'll never find out what it is. Why? Forgot my passcode. I've got level 3 access too. I'd be worried about losing my promotion, but it's easy to get ahead when you're as handsome as this. Trying to shake the code out of me, eh? Well, shake all you want. I can't remember a single number. He's immune to my persuasion. There's a few things that you can get here based on the Yang siblings. Well, I'm one of the Yang siblings, the bald one. Now, I don't think it's fair that I have to be the bald one. I still have lots of hair, it's just thinning. When I was a kid, I used to have long and luxurious hair. Now that my hair is thinning, my siblings make fun of me. Even Diligent Yang makes fun of me, and he's fat and lazy. If I could choose my name, I would call myself Nice Yang, because I like to help people out, and I don't like seeing people get hurt. Maybe it's because of how much it hurts when people call me bald. Anyway, thanks for taking the time to listen to me complain. Nobody ever listens to me. Now that we're friends, why don't you check out some of the top secret stuff I've been working on? I only have level 2 clearance, but my passcode is 57746, and I will write that down. In a notepad. 57746. And one of them I know, I don't remember who, is lying to you. Well, what's this about? I thought you were different, but you're just like everyone else. You're gonna make fun of my thinning hair now, aren't you? Yeah. There's one of them that once they tell you the code, and maybe you have to try it, because it doesn't work, and they'll be like, alright, actually the code is... Time. I know we're supposed to be in a serious situation, but I can't help but feel a little excited. Tetsuya Kawaii makes some of the most adorable figurines.
I didn't think a Moon Warrior would be interested in stuff like that.
Well, I've only been on Earth for a little while, but it's not like I was fighting Shadow Warriors all the time. I started watching Tetsuya Kawaii's Saturday morning cartoon show, and well, I got kind of addicted.
Really? I love that show. I've got a shelf dedicated to Tetsuya Kawaii collectibles. I've even got the '88 Summer Olympic Special Edition Ghetto, still mint in box. Whoa, Uncle Kid, isn't that a children's show? I'll have you know that Tetsuya Kawaii is one of the longest running shows in Japan. Although it has an aesthetic that appeals to children, the underlying themes can still be enjoyed by adults. And don't get me started on the deep, rich lore that has developed over the decades of storytelling. You tell him, Lars. Alright, sure, whatever. I'm just saying you're supposed to be a grown man. And I'm just saying the timeless storytelling transcends all ages. Oh, Lars, you're so cool. What kind of bizarro world did I walk into? Yeah! Spooked him. It's a level 2 pass. My favorite treasure. So, it's becoming more and more clear that Jimmy does not know how to create, like, a person who is their own person. And so he just created someone who appeals to everything Lars likes. And that's Hitami. You might correctly guess that Hitami is not very popular. Oh, I'm so hungry. Me too. It feels like we've been in here forever. I could really go for some ramen right now. Oh my god, you like ramen too? Of course, ramen is the best. I love miso and it's best with an egg in it. You are the perfect woman. What's that? I'm sorry, I meant to just think that. Think what? We should get some ramen later. That sounds great. Oh, it's a child. You aren't supposed to be here, little boy. It's dangerous. There's a monster living on the roof, you know. I didn't want him to be here, but it's out of my control. I had to send everyone home. Well, everyone except the Yang siblings. They don't listen to me. Nobody listens to me. I just want to make toys for children, like you. That's what Tetsuya Kawaii used to be about. I even developed our biolab so that I could make new adorable creatures that everyone could love. That didn't work out right. Now research and development are doing all sorts of stuff without my permission. I guess the board doesn't trust my judgment. It's nice to see a child again. I'm surrounded by a bunch of stuffy adults. When I was a kid, I used to imagine wonderful new friends, and I would draw them, and it was like they were real. Now kids everywhere get to play with my friends, too. I guess things aren't so bad for me. Thanks again for listening. Here's a little something. Level 3 pass. You should use that to find a way out of the building. It's on lockdown now because of the monster. I'd give you a level 4 pass, but the board won't give me one. You should be able to find your way around it well enough with that one. Thanks again for listening. But what if I shake him? I wish I could just play around without worry, but I'm not a child anymore. I'm an adult. I have lots of stuff to worry about. Well, fine then. At least he didn't seem too beat up about getting shaken. It's frozen shut. Lars, how did you get so strong? Huh? You're so strong and dependable in combat. Do you have any secret training practices? Oh, well, not really. I guess I watch a lot of 70s martial art flicks. Oh, Lars, you're so funny. It's okay if you don't want to reveal your training secrets to me. What about you, Hitami? You're way stronger than me. I don't know about that. I just went through pretty standard training for Moon Warriors. You know, mixed martial arts, gymnastics, harnessing the power of love into a destructive laser, the usual stuff. Well, it sounds pretty intense. Not really. The only real challenge is when I had to battle a moonworm during my graduation exam. Moonworms, huh? No big deal. You have also battled a moonworm? Oh yeah, tons of them. That's odd. The moonworm only hatches once every 15 years. What? I mean, yeah, that's totally odd. I'm no detective, so don't expect me to crack that mystery. The important thing is I definitely killed some moonbugs. Moonworms. Whatever. There's a Slimer hole. It's another way around, which makes this place really labyrinthine. And if you scare all those little guys, you get something at the end. This is where you send them. When I found the room with 4 vats earlier, I assumed that's where they were being sent, and I was incorrect.
So I'll have to be going back there. Hello, I'm one of the Yang siblings. The one who is a girl. I didn't get a say in my nickname. My brothers chose it for me. You don't get to pick your family, so you've got to deal with these kinds of things. I'd much rather be called Smart Yang. My brothers are fairly stupid by comparison. I've been working on something top secret. I even have level 4 clearance. That's the highest clearance. You want to see it? Well, I'm not very strong, so I wouldn't be able to stop you if you really wanted my code. So here you go. It's 41248. Yeah, that's the fake. But I'll write it down just in case. Because you might need to try it. Wow, be careful. I'm fragile, you know. I'm telling you, my passcode is 41248. Not buying it? Okay, fine. My real passcode is 86053. 86053. Now please let me go. Filled with confidence, double imagination experience, and a night stroll. And yeah, you can only get to her by taking the Toilet Express. Five-digit code. I don't think I have the level 3 one yet. Let's try both the ones I have. That's not right. 86053. There we go. Full of disembodied eyes. And a lunar serene. So that is for Hitami. It's all enemies for 400% physical and 400% magic damage. So yeah, that is her big super duper attack. And is what really really is the payoff for her being mixed attack and magic. So for this one, you can't actually get the passcode. That's why there's this here. Get the water to spray. And a wave cannon. What's that for Lars? Same attack, more magic attack. Loses some of its defenses, hits all enemies. Nah. Five, 7, 7, 4, 6. And a Van de Graaff generator. Fine, let's do some battles. Shakedown, get the bomb. Got it. Okay. Engine. Boompa. Get right on back to killing everything in like one hit. I love the yes man. He just shows up from a hole to agree with you, like, oh. Yeah, things here are worth a decent amount of experience and money, just not quite as much as the Nightmare dungeons nearby. I have to remember where that secret squirrel room was. Ah, there we go. So that should be all of the critters. Because I think there's only 3. That was just the CEO. There we go, there's the way back to the bathroom. I don't remember which floor the payoff was, so I'll have to check them all again. Probably not this one. Oh, no, it is. And they make a light bulb. That's it. That's all they give you. And go all the way down the Toilet Express. Let's see if it's as simple as going to the highest floor to get to the fight. The boss at the end of here. It might be. Everyone, I can feel a malevolent presence beyond this door. Must be Buck. He told me be careful. My nephew could really pack a punch. Lars, I know he's your nephew, but if he comes at you with harmful intent, I won't hesitate. He told me. It's time for a cool fight. Look at you, you scrawny little puke. Am I supposed to be impressed? I guess you're gonna defeat me and then defeat the pulsating mass? That's not gonna happen. You think the pulsating mass is evil? Sure, maybe. The way I see it, it's just power. And when I felt that power trying to wrap itself around my brain, I didn't just roll over like you. I wrestled it to the ground. I harnessed it. I befriended it. I cherished it. It became a part of me. When it speaks, I listen. Shut up! You really pissed me off, Jimmy. Everyone treats you like you're special, but you're not even strong enough to protect yourself. I'm gonna prove it, right now! This fight, I don't remember if this version of the fight is hard, but there's definitely some version of the fight that is. Let's see that Lunar Serene in action. $1,900 next. I don't think I ever got that skill. 600? That's lame. I definitely expected a lot more than that. Lars really doesn't accomplish much aside from tanking at this moment, without any attack skills. But I mean, Jimmy is just so much stronger than anything Buck can do. It's Rampage. I knew he was going to do something big, but I didn't know what. I got one more turn of mana burn. Let's see if I can win the fight on this turn. It's probably not quite. Yeah, and Lars got startled anyway. I guess I can Comforting Smile, just to be safe. Made me do another Lunar Serene. Yeah, it's not super... Get owned. Not super impressive, but with that last hit, though. Jimmy, it's time to give up. You have no chance. You never had a chance. I said shut up. Don't think you're stronger than me. I went easy on you because you're my little brother. Next time will be different, so you better get stronger. Way stronger. You better not make Mom cry. Well, and... Alright, so... This is the end of the little dating segment between Lars and Hitami, and I want you to imagine, for a moment, what's about to happen. Because whatever you imagined is wrong. I don't know what's up with Buck, but he seems even angrier than usual. Like, they're getting together? Oh, sure, they're getting together. But then where are they going? The answer to that is incredible. Your brother is very strong, Jimmy. You should be proud. Anyway, me and Hitomi have been talking things over, and we decided we're going to get married. Well, you work fast, Uncle Kid. It's just that we have so much in common. I never thought I'd meet a woman of my dreams, but here she is. Hitomi, you're strong, smart, and the most beautiful girl in the galaxy. I like how you love video games, anime, and collectibles. I feel like I can spend the rest of my life with you. Oh, Lars. So anyway, that's why Hitomi and I are in love. Now we're going to get married and live on the moon. And he just puts a ladder up to the moon. Because Jimmy is out of ideas. Well, Jimbo, I guess this is goodbye. I know you want me to stay, and part of me wants to stay too. But this is the first time I've had an opportunity like this, and I know I should take it. Goodbye, Jimmy. I wish you a great fortune on your adventure. And always remember the saying of my people. Fighting, love, power. Bye, Jimbo. Thanks for always being my friend. And just climb to the moon. Pull the ladder up behind him. You got a weird family, kid. Buck? Are you done yet? He was keeping Helga safe. Oh, hello, Jimmy. I guess Buck left again. That boy. He's really been a handful ever since he turned into a monster. Well, monster or not, he's still your brother, so he needs to treat you better. Next time we see him, I'll make sure to give him a talking to. Anyway, it's good to see you, honey. And I see that Mr. Tanaka is here as well. Whoa, Mama Kid. Looking good. Oh, Mr. Tanaka, I'm a married woman. Speaking of your father, is he okay? The last time I saw him, he was jumping off a very tall place despite his severe allergy to heights. Don't worry about it, Mama Kid. Papa Kid is being a total square back in Shindu. Oh ho 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 ho. That sounds like my honey bear. Well, let's go back and give him a little visit then. There's an elevator in my room that'll take us back to the lobby. Now we got Helga back. So the Kyondo is 25 attack, 25 magic. Coin Purse instead is a bit stronger. Or you can do Dreamstone to try to give her more support and still have a good amount of magic. That's 28 and 28. Give her plus 10 agility. Kind of smelly. Yeah, I mean, what do I even give her? But,
Give her Sunny Day for the big heal. And Thermal Bomb, I guess, just for the magic. So give her... just for the damage. Just give her, I suppose it's good to give her Agility. I guess if I'm doing it like that, then, the Dreamstone actually could work really well. Yeah, that's faster than Jimmy. Even faster than Buck. So she should be able to go first now. Alright, back to the hotel. Meet back up with Andrew. Smooch! Ahem. Now that I'm no longer being held captive by the passionate lips of my love bug, let's review what I've discovered. The secret knowledge is still badly damaged. I was only able to glean some information from it, and even then I'm only seeing bits and pieces. It's hardly enough to form coherent instructions. However, I've learned two things. First, the secret knowledge is more than just a book. It's a weapon. The book itself has the power to destroy the pulsating mass. How we utilize that power, though, I'm afraid I can't say. However, the second piece of information could be a clue. We must take the book to Central Hub. It's said that Central Hub is the nerve center for the entire world. The secret knowledge must be used there, somehow, to protect the world from the pulsating mass. However, we must get there before the pulsating mass. If the pulsating mass gets to Central Hub before us, then all is lost. You, the world, everything will be eradicated. Heavy. Well, sounds like we better hurry up then. Where is Central Hub anyway? There's an old abandoned subway near here. We should be able to follow it to Central Hub. Whoa, Papa Kid. I've got bad news, man. You see, I haven't mentioned it, but Shinryu is my neck of the woods. I guess I like to keep a cool air of mystery around myself at all times. But before the petty thugs moved out to the sticks, we ran things around here. That subway, well, that's the first time we met it. It was just a dog back then, you remember. It appeared in my nightmare for weeks, telling me it was coming, telling me to go after the kid. Then one day it crawled out of a hole in the ground. Scared me half to death. That's when it forced us to be its henchmen. Anyway, if that's where the pulsating mass comes from, then Central Hub might already be toast. That's worrisome indeed. But we have no choice. Our only option is to proceed. Jimmy, you're going to have to be brave a little longer. Don't worry, honey. Your father and I are going to be right there with you. And we got the parents back. So this weapon has 35 magic. Advanced calculus is still a lot better. Sick or sleep? This was a sick. Could give him Black Spiral again, but it's not really that strong. He could make good use of Adrenaline Shot, I guess. Or Rejuvenate. Let's give him Master Criminal, I guess. Okay. I'm just a little shy of the 100k I need for Mr. Groose's dungeon. So I'll just spend it.
Investments for another 10 magic attack. Nah. Let's just get some smart clothes for good defense. And let's mosey. Yeah, accelerated dynamics, that's where you fight Mr. Goose, but there's no reason to go there now. Alright, kid, things have been a cakewalk up until now, but now you're in my neck of the woods. The mean streets, so just stay next to me. You've got no idea what you're up against down here. Oh, it's gross. What in the hell is that? Nice, yeah, that seems to work well. The Dreamstone. Hey kid, when we were fighting that thing, it made me remember something that happened a while back. Funny how little things like that will jog your memory. Anyway, so back when we were working for the Pulsating Mass, it was getting tired of dealing with us. Called us inept, you know? Totally unfair assessment. The solution? It took some blood samples and tried to make super strong clones of us. The whole thing involves some boring science stuff, so I only half paid attention. It didn't really work, but I guess the clones are on the loose now down here. Shows what I know. Better be extra careful. You might even run into a mutant version of me. It smells bad in there. Run 25. Yeah. Big enormous slug. Okay, the DDDD is really fast, so I can't count on Jimmy to always get the first move on them. But when he does, he wins now even without... Boo! Ah! He wins now even without, mana burn. Anyway, you go down here and there's a light bulb. Hooray! So I can check out some of the grifts, I guess. Take his tentacles. Oh, Helga got startled. Ah, they're real weak, though. Yeah, they're given less experience than the enemies in Tetsuya Kawaii, even. So I guess I'll just start skipping them. No, there's one enemy that has a grift, I know. Come closer. That ain't it. With Helga and Andrew, you can really start, you know, with the Dreamstone and Andrew, I guess I should say, you can really start stacking up the damage bonuses, because you can give the 50% damage to Jimmy from the Dreamstone, and then the triple damage one time from analysis from Andrew. And so you can just get this unbelievable damage output if it all lines up right. The great thing about the Dreamstone is it doesn't even cost anything to use. You just have it. It even has some stats to it, you know? It has some magic attack. And although Helga actually has one of the highest base attacks in the game, she just doesn't have anything to make use of it. Normally. So, there it is. Grunge Tanaka. Can steal his malaise. No important grips. Okay. I'll just start skipping all battles then. Ah, Jimmy got stunned. And just check for chests. Honestly, more for the potential for rubies. More than the items. But I got a mid-sized sedan. That's pretty good. You don't often find that in toy boxes. Oh, it's wormy in here. Kind of like how you saw the dog slip into the doghouse at the beginning of the game. It's real big. Jimmy, this is serious. The pulsating mass has grown much larger than I imagined. This is only a portion of it. Attack it. There's no point. What you see here is merely an appendage. A limb. Remove it and it would just regenerate. We would only be wasting our time. We have to strike at its center. Hopefully that hasn't made it to Central Hub yet. Time is running short. Let's make haste. Turn into the goon and shake it. Maybe something if... Nah. Oh, I don't want any. I've seen all the encounters here, and they're not important. None of them have furniture. Just a moment. Just go back in. Go back in real quick. There might be a toy box. There was not a toy box. If there was another one, I missed it. Whatever. All these handsome Squidwards. All clear. Threat detected. Yeah, that's for later. Central Hub, current status. All clear. I have a deal for you. This is a very special place, so this is a very important decision. You see, in this place, I have seen my future. It is uncertain, but my time on this planet is short. If you would like, I could turn into a healing fountain, or I could stay here and sell equipment. While this equipment is good, you'll be able to purchase it elsewhere eventually. What is your decision? Equipment. So be it. I have lived a good life as a merchant, so it is only fitting that I continue in that role. Those are real heavy. Oh man, that bike chain gives Punch 30 more attack though. The leather-bound journal is really the exact same weapon for Andrew as advanced calculus without the unique attack. The hobo bag is marginally better than the thing she's using now. The automated slingshot is good for a mixed Jimmy, but I am a full magic Jimmy. And heavy overalls is just good defense. But honestly, my reason for not turning him into a fountain is because I like Rubik. I don't want him to be a fountain. So you got all these orbs here, you gotta fill them in. And it's time to go to the 6 corners of this dungeon. weird set. Let's see if they can survive an unboosted Jimmy. That's power core, though. They cannot. So this is a good opportunity to grind for bucks, then. So change Helga back over to the coin purse for more munners. So it'll be very apparent what this place is pretty soon. Man, they're pretty weak, honestly. $1,700 is pretty nice, though. Current status? RAM. I'm going up this path first, because it is helpful in illustrating a point. Up here we have a telescope, and when we look through it, the veil that the game has been lightly covered with is going to be lifted. Now, the game has not been keeping this a secret. While it's not obvious at first, it doesn't take long to understand what's going on. This isn't a real world. This isn't some fictive land. This is Jimmy. This is Jimmy's world. It's his dream. It's his dream world. And the reason he's there is because he's sick. While the game never says cancer, except when you use the UV, the sunshine attack says a higher chance for skin cancer, I think that's a bit off message. But while the game never says cancer, it's what he's got. He's in the hospital, and he's not doing well. And this will let us see it. Oh, it's still dark out. So everything in this game is a metaphor about Jimmy in some way, and I've talked about some of that. And this, then, is his brain. Central hub is Jimmy's brain. So it's going to control his senses and his memories and things like that. And what I really like about this is Helga brought in Jonathan Bear. Jonathan Bear didn't just make it into the dream because Jimmy felt guilty about it, but because he hears some things. He's not comatose. He's just very tired. And so some of the things that are happening in the real world are leaking into the dream. Including Helga finding Jonathan Bear locked in his closet and bringing it to him because she thought it'd make him feel better. And he's so weak now that he can't even say anything about it if he wanted to. He can't explain that he doesn't want to see it. But at the same time, it's a really nice gesture. So, this marks a turning point in the game where it really stops being coy about it. It really stops pretending that this is some sort of strange fantasy world, and lets you know up front that, yeah, this is all a metaphor. There's a cavity in the machine that's the exact same size as Jimmy's hand. Put your hand in it, yes. So it's certainly a good sign that this thing that represents Jimmy's brain is all clear. That it hasn't been infected. And so by getting to the center of it is Jimmy getting to be able to properly decipher the secret knowledge. And what that exactly represents, it really isn't clear, is it? But the game will kind of explain what it is, eventually. Cree! It won't ever say directly. But the secret knowledge is... it's a few things. And by getting it to the brain, that's going to help Jimmy in some way. Legs. Robot doesn't seem to have a mouth. I like the leg spot. This robot has no mouth with which to tell you to stop. Oh man, Rotting Jack-o'-lantern's getting really high level. Let's move over to... Yeah, let's go over to Sunflower. And then set it up so that he has Combust. Start leveling that up. This dungeon's very much a calm before the storm. A lot of things are going to happen after you finish it. And, it's gonna be time for the game to really, like, finish up its thesis, as it were. Yeah, that's still enough power to one-shot everything. Taking these fights really more for the money than for the experience, because I do still need enough to get into accelerated dynamics. And also just, there's a few things that I couldn't buy in Megapolis, like the paintings in the furniture shop, that I want. The paintings are generally pretty good to get, because although they're part of a common set and thus aren't very good on their own, paintings in general make up a secret set, and so having them all gives you something unique. And I think it's HP and MP regen, which is really nice. Even just a small amount of it can make a big difference. Especially because late game bosses are very much about endurance. Everything is regular. Back up to 15k. Plus, this is an opportunity to buy some weapons that are pretty good. Although, really, the only one I care about is the chain for punch. The others are sort of whatever. Since Jimmy is using crayons, and Andrew's using advanced calculus, and Helga's using either the corn purse or the Dreamstone. Getting the good armor, I guess, is nice. Jimmy couldn't quite one-shot all those guys. I actually hit them all separately. They'll guarantee you one round. Filth detected. When did you last take a shower? Everyone's calling Jimmy stinky. It's very rude. Did you remember to brush last night? He's in the hospital. Give him a break. Clocks.
Have you taken your pills yet, honey? Actually, can I shake her? Sorry, Helga. Oh, I know how they make you feel, but you have to take them. Oh. Oh, this game's gonna make me do this a lot, isn't it? You talk to her and she asks if you took your pills yet, and then if you shake her, she says, I know how they make you feel, but you gotta take them. So this is Jimmy's internal clock over here. His perception of routine. And so even his mom gets a point in there, gets a place here, because she's, you know, she's responsible enough to remind him to take his medicine. Their ability to become immune to physical got extended to the whole party, so they all became immune, and everyone's like, slap, ow, slap, ow! 24k. So I have enough for Mr. Groose now, if I want. But I need more! More money! All clear. Incidentally, if you shake the robots here, they'll fight you. They'll be like, threat detected! Security aircraft, Steel Pelican. Current status, in port. I'm not sure what this represents. What part of the brain is the hangar? Neural pathways? Iron Flamingo. Current status, unknown. Gammy never returned. Never got the Iron Flamingo back to port. Back to the hangar. I should give someone the everything back. Yeah. So that when I use items outside of battle, they are more effective. Memory storage? No, you'll see that. That's the next one, actually. Incidentally, that's the... Is that the amygdala or the hippocampus? It's one of the two. The other one's like decision making. Alright, I'm low on NP, so I'm gonna stop taking the battles. You see, this is memory. Receiving transmission. Jimmy, you said would visit. Miss you. So dark. Gammy. End of transmission. Can't inspect them. I'm not sure what some of these are. What's with the egg-shaking scientist? Oh, you got Jonathan Bear over here.
Almost killed it with my regular attacks. Didn't even mean to. Got, I don't know, Timothy Mouse on the news. This one in the top right, I guess, is just from Jimmy's point of view, like, waiting in a hospital bed. Hard to say. Sure is handy that that cavity fits pedals, too. Take this opportunity to heal MP, go back to ghost form, buy from Rubik, anything I want. My time on this planet is short. May these goods serve you well. Sure, let's get the bike chain for Punch. No, I don't have the money for Groose anymore, but whatever. I'm not in any rush to do that. The thing you get from Groose's dungeon is not particularly interesting. And there's lots of dungeons coming up that should have treasure chests that have a chance of giving rubies. I suppose I should have put the Dreamstone back on Helga, huh? We should consult the secret knowledge. Yes, let's see. Yes. It's beginning to all make sense. It doesn't matter anymore. I'm already here. Buck! I see you're still a monster. That's problematic. Shut up! Buck, why does it feel like I can't see you when I look into your eyes anymore? Jimmy, I've given you every opportunity, yet you still resist. How much of your family must I reach into? Must I rip out all their insides like pumpkin guts? Hey, I'm a pumpkin. Must I leave them as husks? You're all I want, Jimmy. I've come to devour you and you alone. It's up to you if it goes beyond that. I never experienced such powerful delta waves. Yo. Enough of this noise. Kid, mama kid, papa kid, listen up. This is tough for me to admit, but we're not strong enough to win this fight. There are some escape pods in the area behind you. Get in them and get the hell out of here. Old Punch Tonica is about to do you a solid. Are you crazy? If we leave now, the pulsating mass will take over everything. You know, Papa Kid, I thought you were supposed to be the smart one. If you don't leave now, you're toast, guaranteed. But the secret knowledge. I was so close to understanding. We were so close. You and your dumb book. Let me put it to you this way. Would you rather lose your kid for sure right now, or at least have a shot with him later? But, you're right. We should retreat for now. Some problems can have multiple solutions. Great. Here's the plan. You're gonna get into those escape pods, and I'm gonna feed your son a knuckle sandwich. Mr. Tonica, please. Deep down, he's still my son. You're kind of limiting my options, Mama Kid. No, that's not it. I mean, if you were to bruise my precious son's face, I would hunt you down. But I know my buck. I don't think you'll last very long, Mr. Tonica. Think I don't know that? Oh, Mr. Tonica, you don't have to. Don't worry about it. I owe the kid my life. Seems like as good a place as any to pay him back. This has gone on long enough. Alright, that's it. Get out of here. Yo, kid. Thanks for believing in Punch Tonica. That kind of thing makes my heart sing. Without you, I'd be nothing. Now start running, kid. It's okay, honey. Get inside and go wherever it takes you. We'll find each other, I'm sure of it. Please don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll get through this together, alright? Punch Tanaka's equipment has been removed. So, it was kind of a waste to get the bike chain, because we're not getting him back. Not until the post-game. Planet Jimmy! Do I talk to these? Alright, move on? Okay, move on. Jimmy, your planet's got a lot of craters on it. And your house. Jimmy has had a long day. He can barely hold his eyes open. Jimmy's sleep is deep, empty, dreamless. Jimmy hears a voice inside of his mind. In the beginning of the game, there's a pounding at the closet door when you're first in your house. That was Jonathan Bear. This isn't Jonathan Bear. How long did you think you could hide here? Don't you understand that I will eat everything? It's my nature. It's what I am. Oh, it's gross. Take that. And now there's encounters here. Squirm. I'm lonely, Squirm. He's not very strong. And not worth very much. Let's get some vampire levels. Nothing around there. Planet Helga. Oh, honey, why are you crying? I know it's hard, but don't cry. You can't cry. If you cry, you'll make me cry, and I won't be able to stop. The important thing is that we're together now. And after she joins you, all the plants die. Tongue plant. It's grody. Black Fountain, I guess. Take on the Squirm in turn 2. Yeah, I'm not sure which is really more efficient. Still decent money, though. Due to the coin purse, anyway. Planet Andrew. Like this. Yeah, there we go. Simply astounding. You were able to decipher the lock and free me. You're such a clever boy, Jimmy. Positively prescient. I'm so proud of you. Jimmy, I'm sorry for not being smart enough. If I were smarter, I would have found a way to defeat the pulsating mass. Maybe there's still time. Maybe we can reclaim the secret knowledge. Maybe it's still the key, but the pulsating mass is, in essence, just a problem, and if I were smarter, I could solve it. Whenever I look at you, Jimmy, I'm reminded of how much of an idiot I am. Forgive your idiot father. Let him make it up to you in any small way he can. The pulsating mass draws nearer. Let's hurry. This is the first time you really see Andrew crack. The first time he admits to fault. I think that's pretty important. Now that he's at fault, I suppose it's more like admitting to... Oh, you're immune to magic. That's a bit of a problem then, isn't it? I'll just escape. Who cares? Oh, we'll need to fight that guy. He's a nerd. But Andrew admitting to not knowing, really. To not being capable. If Helga's thing is always being happy, but she really isn't all the time, and then Andrew's thing is always knowing something, but he doesn't. Plantar. So this did not take long. Oh, hey, Jimbo. You're all the way up here, huh? I guess now's as good as ever to spring the big news. I'm a dad. Turns out moon warriors have kids really quickly. He feels like he's failed his son, absolutely. Why are you visiting us way out here? Oh, I see. I really thought things were going to be alright. It's okay, Lars. You can go. Only you have the power to help Jimmy. Huh? I do? I mean, yeah, of course. Take my spaceship and go back to your world, Jimmy. Don't worry about me and Moon Baby. We'll build a new spaceship soon and follow you after I finish Moon Baby's dinner. Oh, okay. See you later, honey. Hey, Jimbo, I don't know if I'll be any help at all. I'm happy we can hang out again, though. Psst, being a father is really hard. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm kind of a lifesaver right now. Huh, weird. They must have really hula hooped. You'll be fine, Jimmy. My husband is the perfect warrior. Moon Baby is making weird baby noises. That's all you see of Moon Baby until the post-game, or Hitami for that matter. We now have our permanent party for the rest of the game. It's Team Family again. Jimmy, Helga, Andrew, Lars. You can see Planet Jimmy off in the distance. Oh, it's not doing good. Oh, kid, we were just about to start. The boss is... I mean, the boss was the kind of guy who... All clear. Shut up, you stupid hunk of crap.
Threat detected.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say is the boss was the kind of guy that lived by the rules of his own heart. And his heart was bigger than anyone else's. And this world, man, this world ain't anywhere near good enough for a guy like that. To me, the boss was... I can't keep it together no more!
What to say about the boss? He always tried to be cool, but when he was the coolest, wasn't trying at all. One time I saw him pick up a nest of baby birds and put it back in a tree. I never saw him without sunglasses on. Looking him in the eyes was like looking yourself in the eyes. I think he just wore them because he liked the look. But that's what I got out of it. He always believed in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. If I saw myself like the boss always saw me, I would have been a lot happier with who I was. Jimmy, I'm glad you came out here. When we first met, we'd been hired to stop you. But after that first encounter, the boss kept talking about you. About how much you reminded him of a younger version of himself. I didn't see it then, but maybe I see it now. You got a little punch tonica in you, Jimmy. We all do, if we just let ourselves see it. Keep living your life to the fullest. That's what the boss would have wanted. Wah 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 wah.
I'm not too good with words.
Jimmy imagined himself speeding through the desert on his motorcycle. He careens across the dunes. Sand tickles his nose. The wind is blowing through his perfect hair. The sun is shining off his shades. Freedom is in his lungs. His heart sings. Jimmy doesn't even remember getting his driver's license, but that's okay. He hits a skid and loses control. The motorcycle tumbles into a bunch of cacti. Whatever. Motorcycles are dumb anyway. They always break on you one way or another. They're not tough, like a good friendship. Jimmy wipes the dust from his glasses and stands tall. He feels a deep and powerful energy welling within him. Suddenly, he's standing on top of a mountain. The blizzard has stopped and the clouds above him split open. A serenity overcomes him. Words form in the clouds overhead. Friends live forever in your heart.
Jimmy can now turn into Punch Tonica. As Punch Tonica, Jimmy can... Well, he can do things Punch Tonica can do. And welcome to the best imagination class in the game. Unfortunately, it has low magic attack, which is a real bummer. It also takes a lot longer to level than any of the other ones. But that's fine. I still have 294 magic attack, though, which is, like, pretty good. Still enough to win fights with, just... It'll require help now. At least until I get, good... physical attack things. Central hub current status. Compromised. Lockdown has been initiated. Activate 6 energy nexus points to re-enter. So that is the next goal of the game, is get the Nexus points and re-enter Central Hub. Rules for successful spaceflight. 1. Keep arms and legs inside the vehicle to avoid harsh vacuum of space. 2. Press A button to toggle map. Have a nice day. Hey, it's Finer Circuitry. I like this song. It's a good one. Sand detected. Must sweep. Sand detected. Must sweep. Sand detected. Accessing memory. Overheard secret code. Rakusna fush pleba. Decrypting 5172364. 2364. That is for when you re-enter Central Hub, and it is for one of the collectible stones. You can actually, it's always the same, you can actually do that on your first time through, and if you do, the game's like, hey, you're not supposed to know that. So now that we can fly, there's a bunch of places you can access that you couldn't have before. Obvious one being like this. Or one of these. But also things like over here, where this bridge doesn't connect. Or down here. Or this. There's also a new thing over here. And this. And one of these. Scanning for anomalous life forms. Anomalous life form detected. Location, Sacred Lantern. Once you beat all of the nightmare dungeons, you can come back here and he'll give you a gamma ray. There's also this really conspicuous place. And this one. I'm actually going to stop here at Ashby's real quick. Because there is an item I missed. I don't know what to do. The mouse started crying when he saw that doll. I don't have any other ones in stock though. Alright, it wasn't in here. Now, where was it? Also, I can start checking to see if there are any, of these sorts of items that I missed. Okay, because I didn't have enough money and I can pick those up. Sorry, I couldn't find the chef. He might be taking his cape to the dry cleaners. I am the chef now. Oh, tacos are ready. The stores are closed today. Wait! I have something nice. Yours for $2,000. Thank you. Hey, it's a severed hand. Alright then, my dinner's ready, and this is a good stopping point anyway, now that I have the spaceship and I can go wherever I want. So I'm hungry, and I want dinner, and I'm gonna stop now. Next time, do all the Nexus points, do a couple more of the Nightmare Dungeons. The one at Sacred Lantern's really nasty. And, maybe finish the game on the next one. Tomorrow is more Golden Treasure, a really good game I'm looking forward to playing more of. 1957, almost 20 hours.